guys, can you hear us? Welcome back to Explains.
Hello guys.
I'm going to lower the background music. Yeah, I think it's coming through. Hello everyone, today we are talking, that's right, hit that like button, you got it right, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe. Music's loud, is it still loud?
Yeah, the music's loud.
Okay, I'll turn it down.
It's quite loud, but yeah, we can hear.
You can hear that the music's like that.
Okay.
Hi, Damian.
Hey Damien, what's going on? All right, I turned the music down, maybe it's almost inaudible. All right. You guys let us know. We're using a new program, so y'all let us know how we're doing. All right, so today we are talking about the SpaceX IPO, and we're also just talking about space in general. So y'all get excited about that.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting topic. So welcome back to Brent Explains. We've got Jimmy Explorer. Say hi, Jimmy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Mario.
Hi guys. Thank you for joining us.
So today we're doing something a little different, but it feels on brand for even though we're a new one. But we're talking about SpaceX. It has sent shockwaves through Wall Street. We're talking about numbers so large they barely feel real. A record-breaking IPO, a valuation of nearly $1.8 trillion. Elon Musk, Starlink, rockets, Mars investors, and the possibility that Wall Street is now helping fund one of the most ambitious dreams in human history. Jimmy, what dream is that? What would that dream be? If we're talking if we're talking about funding one of the biggest dreams in humanity, what is that dream? Because he's often said the only reason I'm going public with it is to fund what? Mario, you can answer.
To colonize Mars.
That's right. To put a city on Mars.
Yeah.
To like start off with a city.
To create the conditions, I would say also because as it is now, it's probably not the best place to live.
Well, I mean, it's better than every other planet besides ours.
It has the conditions.
You guys subscribe and you can leave a comment. So Jimmy, sit up straight so we can see you on your camera. Okay. All right. Then you look good. All right, so yeah, tonight's stream is not just about stocks. It's not just about Elon Musk, and it's definitely not about financial advice. It's about making lots of money doing it. That's right, that as well. Yeah. Hey, John Scott, it's so good to see you. But it's really about a much bigger question: can money, markets, technology, and human ambition actually build a future beyond Earth? Tonight, I'm at the producer's desk. Hello, everybody. Tonight, I'm at the producer's desk. And we have Jimmy. Say hi, Jimmy.
Hey.
Hey. We have Mario.
Hi.
Gabriel's going to come say hi here in a second. We have Mario.
Hi, guys.
And we have Jimmy. Hey, Capt Action. How are you? Interstellar colonization. Well, right now we're just trying to stay within our own solar system. So we're not even interstellar yet. Yeah. Right? But today is the beginning of a very big there's a lot of stuff going on, right? There's a lot of disclosures happening in the media with UFOs, but today is the official opening of Disclosure Day, right? And at the same time, today is the day of the IPO of SpaceX. Like, what are the odds of that?
I mean,
this is a big day.
It feels like it's happening. Big a lot of things are happening.
Yeah. Andre says rocks, just rocks. Yeah. Well, there's a famous television show, and it was called Third Rock from the Sun, and it was referring to Earth, or like Earth is the third rock from the sun.
Yeah.
Gabriel, are you here? I heard Gabriel go. Maybe he's just going to go eat. But we're also in Mexico City. So what's going on in Mexico City, guys? John Scott says nothing is a coincidence.
Everybody's at home hungover because last night.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Most certainly.
That's hilarious. So, do you think a lot of people took off work today?
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday too. So
yeah,
probably today.
Because we're broadcasting from Mexico City. So in Mexico City, they're having what, Jimmy?
A World Cup.
That's right. The World Cup is taking place. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today, like a whole lot of stuff.
Oh wait, I just realized something.
All right. So are there any games, Mario, by the way, before we dive deeper in here into this?
Well, today, I'm not sure. I get it.
USA and
Paraguay?
Paraguay.
Is it where are they playing? They're playing in the U.S. They must be playing in the U.S. if there's a U.S. team, because they're only the games are only taking place in 3 countries. It's in North America, Mexico, the United States, and Canada, right? So those are the official 3 hosts, but Mexico is like the official, I guess, host this year. All right, but getting back to the topic of the video. Yeah. So this is a bigger question than just
7.
money. Yeah, this was 7. It's a bigger question than money, markets, technology. It's about human ambition and like, are we ready to start colonizing other planets? That's really what the big question is. But we'll talk about how we're getting there. All right, so Jimmy is representing the everyday person who doesn't really know all that much about stocks. You know, when people hear 1.8 trillion IPO, they're like, wait, what does that mean? Hey, David Young.
Hi, David.
And Mario is representing the adult who understands some of it, but still wants to know whether this is a genius move, it's hype, or maybe it's even insanity. And chat, you guys are the Wall Street jury. So you guys chat, you guys are here to let us know what your thoughts are. We want to know what you think. So chat, as you can see, if you leave a chat, we will put it here on the screen.
They're playing in Los Angeles at the SoFi Stadium.
Oh, nice. Very good. All right.
But yes, if your comment is like a good comment, we will highlight it. And
or if you have a question.
Or if you have questions, if you have anything to add.
That's right. Hey, Ian. All right, so let's start with this simple question.
Thank
you, Mario.
Gizmo.
Looking good. That's right.
Thank you, Gizmo.
All right, so let's start with a simple question. SpaceX went public. That means shares of the company are being offered to investors in major public stock market in a major public stock market event. The reported numbers are massive. Around $75 billion has been raised already. So $75 billion.
I just saw that.
At valuation of near 1.8 trillion. Do you guys know what a valuation is?
How much it's estimated to be valued at, right? Like the value of the company, not necessarily the money that it's there, let's say.
A valuation. Yeah. So, Jimmy, do you know what a valuation is?
No.
So that was
all right.
So the IPO was made today.
It's today.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, David.
Today on the 12th, same day as disclosure day, ironically.
That video.
A company valuation is the process of determining the total economic value of an entire business or company. It provides an objective estimate of whether a company is worth what a company is worth, which is crucial during an IPO, a merger, or when seeking investment. So the core concepts are equity value, enterprise value, intrinsic value, and market value. Let's just talk about this really quickly. Equity value is the value of a company's shares, of its shares and equity. Enterprise value is the total value of the entire business, including debt and cash. So that's like whatever Warner Brothers, remember Warner Brothers went up for sale? It's because their actual like value was not that high because they had so much debt. Right? So they had so much debt, they had to service that debt. So they had to pay back debt with interest, etc. So that's enterprise debt. Then there's intrinsic value. Mario, what do you think intrinsic value is? Like think about, we work in media. So you're probably, your first thought, like Disney. Think about Disney. What would Disney's intrinsic value be?
Is it the value of the
Well, it's a hard one, but it's the actual value based on underlying financial realities. Like, what is the actual value?
Yeah, like the actual value. Okay. Okay.
And then there's market value, and that value is determined by the current public stock prices, right? So intrinsic can mean, you can use that term differently, but those are the core valuation concepts, and people use different ways to value a company.
Can you explain an equity to me as well?
Yes. So when you have equity in a company, it means you have some level of ownership in it. So like equity, because we use the word equity like in the social sphere, or like, well, we need social equity. But what that means is like, we want people to have some kind of ownership in society, or like, because there's equality and then there's equity. That's a good question. I'll break it down for you.
That's I think that's kind of like the only term that I missed.
No, this is good. This is good. This is good for Jimmy learning.
That raccoon is still upside down.
Yeah, that raccoon is
it's trapped on
when we started, I was like, that raccoon is still literally like, it's like the squirrel, like on the, the last day before your payday.
Yeah.
When you're like, help me. All right. But equity is a company, and a company represents ownership interest. It is the amount of money that would be returned to a shareholder if all of the company's assets were liquidated and all of its debts were paid off.
Okay.
So there's different types of equity as well. But the core concepts around equity are there's shareholders' equity. Jimmy, is this the first time you're ever hearing about this kind of stuff?
No.
Where else did you hear about it?
Cool.
Yeah? Which class? Was it economics?
No, it was so like it was a different subject, but they still talk about it.
Okay. What class was it?
It was
What class did you learn about equity? Was it history? Geography? I mean, normally you'd learn about this like in an economics class. Mario, first of all, have you ever taken an economics class?
Not per se an economic class, more like from the historical point of view.
I think it was actually in the 6th grade because we had like.
You may have heard the word equity as well because it refers to like society, like equity in society. You guys, if you're just not here, comment. You guys can comment and it'll be on screen.
Yes.
But there's shareholders equity, and that's the value ownership that was represented on a balance sheet. There's assets minus liabilities. So the fundamental accounting equation for blah, blah, blah for equity. So there's common stock. That's where you go. That's where you can buy and sell in the stock market. And then there's the retained earnings. The retained earnings are the cumulative net income kept instead of paid as dividends.
Okay.
But we can, this could be a 12-hour live stream. So we're not going to cover too much about that because we're just getting to Mars, right?
Yeah.
We're getting to Mars. But at the same time, if you guys have questions, is the haircut today? Is it David Young? Mario, can you message him? Let's see if he can come today.
Yeah.
Because I need a haircut.
Yeah.
I was thinking that today too. And when I'm thinking about it is when I'm showering my hair because my hair keeps getting longer and longer. All right. So we're going to do a live haircut on here as well. But this IPO, it represents not just rockets, it's rockets, Starlink, satellites, government contracts, space infrastructure, the future of internet access, which we actually have a Starlink. Did you guys go get it?
We got it down, and then we wanted to go film.
So you left it over there?
Yeah, but
it's okay.
It's all the way down.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and then it started to rain.
No worries. I figured y'all got it down and just left it in somewhere.
We left it under the stairwell.
Okay, that sounds good to me. But it represents national security as well. All this IPO is part of a bigger picture here. And if Elon Musk gets his way, it represents Mars. Jimmy, when you hear a company is worth almost $1.8 trillion, what do you imagine?
What do you think? Big company.
You think
and there's a lot of debt.
Debt? Not necessarily. So a valuation doesn't mean that there's any debt, right? So debt, Mario, do you want to explain it to him?
I know what debt is.
Okay, so if a company has a bunch of debt, it would actually hurt their valuation, right?
I go get water.
Yeah.
Mario's like, we're talking about valuations over here. All right. Let me see here. Let me put it over so we can have me and Jimmy on the screen together. There we go. All right. So Jimmy, for evaluation, the company doesn't have to have debt. It can have debt, but it doesn't have to. In fact, if it has too much debt, it would actually hurt, right?
Yes.
All right. So, Mara, did you get your water? Yeah. Well, my next question was for you. It was like, are you okay? Are you gonna live?
Yeah.
Because we need you to stay alive to get to Mars.
It's okay. He has 2 lungs.
Yeah. We need you to stay alive so you can get to Mars. But whenever you hear $1.8 trillion, like what comes to mind? Does it feel like monopoly money, or what are your thoughts?
I guess it's not monopoly money essentially, but I would say that it's gotten so big it's hard to even quantify how it actually is there, right? Because it's like one of the only companies or the only company that's kind of like up there in the sense not only in value terms, but in like the capacity that it actually has to accomplish the mission it has, right? So
well, I think there's some companies it's like you can see the potential, especially everything that it's doing, right? So we're talking up here about like it makes sense that this would be the first company that's we're entering the trillions and trillions. I think Apple actually did hit $1 trillion valuation, right? But we're talking about like the future of humanity here. We're not just talking about like selling shoes or selling t-shirts. We're talking about human interconnectivity. We're talking about intelligence.
Yeah.
There's so many things that are wrapped up in SpaceX and what that means for the future of humanity.
Yeah, we discussed it like a couple of days ago, but internet is basically everywhere. So this company also has like a branch of that business. So it would make sense that it would be like that big in terms of value and the capacity, as I was mentioning. Yeah.
I think we're moving so fast too as a society that people are having a hard time wrapping their heads around it.
Yeah.
Andre is saying that we need to be interplanetary. I agree. I think it's like a requirement for our species to continue moving forward into the future.
It feels like the next step. I mean,
it does. It does feel like the next step. You guys join the chat, subscribe, and you can leave a comment. All right. So what is the problem with $1 trillion numbers? Once the numbers get that big, humans stop understanding it like emotionally because it's just so big. It just starts to feel out there in the ether.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you guys in the chat, what do y'all think? Is $1.8 trillion impressive, terrifying? Does it sound fake or all three? Let me know. That's like a chat question. It says Elon Musk became the world's first trillionaire at 11 a.m.
today.
Yeah, because he owned his stock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he owned that's because he's like doubling down on the idea that he believes in it. So again, Jimmy, what is an IPO? This is where we're going to find out if we need ADD help. IPO. What's an IPO?
Give me 1 second.
No. Is it Mario? What do you think? Do we need ADD meds? I think we may. I'm concerned. I'm concerned here. I've only been saying the same thing all morning. I've been saying IPO, 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 IPO. And Jamie doesn't know what an IPO is. I'm concerned. What do y'all think in the chat? All right, an IPO is an initial public offering. That means a company is offering shares to public investors for the first time. Because before an IPO, a company may be privately owned by founders, employees, early investors, venture capital firms, or institutions. After an IPO, David Young says, I poop oddly. IPO. No, not quite. That's hilarious though. Sounds realistic to me. Good company is go far. Yes. Good to know. All right. So, but think about it this way. So after an IPO, normal investors can buy and sell shares on the public market. Okay. And every single established country has a stock market. So what do they call it in Mexico, Mario? You know,
La Bolsa de Valores. I mean,
that's right. La Bolsa Mexicana de Valores.
Yeah.
So it's not a private company, but it's actually like all the companies, right? So an IPO. So Jimmy, what's an IPO?
Something public offering.
It's in the initial public offering.
Initial public offering.
Hey, sports video. That's hilarious. Gosh. It's got a picture of. We really have to pick up that raccoon. Can we put the raccoon in the? Can you put that raccoon upright? You guys can join the chat. So in Mexico, it's called the La Bolsa Mexicana de Valores.
Yeah, like the Mexican stock.
That's right. The Mexican. Yeah, they could literally call it like the purse, right? The purse. All right. So Jimmy, imagine you own a lemonade stand. It starts small, then it becomes the biggest lemonade stand in the world. Then Jimmy says, I want to build lemonade stands on Mars, but that costs a lot of money. So you sell tiny pieces of ownership in the company to the public. Does that help you understand?
Yeah, there's shares of that company.
That's right. There are shares. So you have a company and you break it up into tiny little pieces, and then you have shares. But an individual people inside of the company might own, a piece of it. But you sell it on the public market, and that's how you get money.
Yeah.
And they can sell it to each other, right? And then you have what's called, being a public company, a publicly traded company. So Mario, can you guys think, and Jimmy, can you guys think of some publicly traded companies?
Tesla.
Right. Exactly. So they had their own IPO as
Tesla.
well.
SpaceX, I think, right?
Right. But just in general, like Nike,
Apple,
Nike,
right? Apple,
Google.
Microsoft, Google.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Lemonade on Mars would be lit, says Andre. Totally. Okay, you guys let us know if you can hear any background music too.
Let us know, guys. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So, question: If you sell shares of your lemonade stand under this thing, what are the investors buying, Jimmy?
a part of your company.
That's right. They're selling a part of your. Oh, look, they've got it here. Thank you, sports video.
gosh.
I love it. He's hilarious. I love it so much. That's right. So the investors are buying a part of your company. You're selling shares, and usually they're buying a small portion of your company, right? They're buying a stake. They're buying a stake in your company, not like a steak that you put on the grill, but like a stake, STAKE.
Yeah.
All right. It's and why? So and why do you go public, Mario?
For your company to have access to a bigger like portion of the money in the market.
Yeah, to raise money, give early investors liquidity, create a market value like today, and access more capital.
Yeah, access more capital. Yeah,
that's right. Exactly. Companies go public for several reasons: to raise money, to create a public market for shares, to let early investors or employees cash out eventually. Because you can have, if you're one of the early employees, then and that you have a company like, let's say, SpaceX or any company really, those investors can cash out. It's to also increase prestige and to fund future growth. And also, whenever your company becomes public, the public has a vested interest in your company doing well.
Yeah.
It's no longer just your company. It's like the public is now the owner. So it's like they want to see your company succeed. Right?
Yeah.
John Scott says, steak.
LOL.
Yeah. And if people want your company, good point, Andre. All right.
Yeah.
But going public also means you have more scrutiny. Public investors want results, analysis, numbers. The market reacts every single day.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Jimmy, explain IPO back to me like you're explaining it to someone your age. Explain what an IPO is. Explain
initial public offering.
Right. But if you told someone who's 14, they wouldn't know what that means. So how would you, so explain it to me like you're explaining it to a 13 or 14-year-old.
I don't know, because I haven't learned enough about it yet.
Okay. I gave you an analogy. Remember the lemonade stand analogy?
Okay, then you break up your company and people can buy shares of it.
Right.
Which is a part of your company.
Right.
Which they're buying a stake.
They're buying a stake in, like a vested interest in, not like they're not buying actual stakes. All that John Scott's making him think of steak. All right, what do you guys think? Did Jimmy get this concept? Did he get it, or is he lost in space?
Where are my dividends?
Yeah, and dividends. Do you know what dividends are, Mario?
Not quite.
So dividends are when. Oh, look, we have a special guest here who's bringing me food. All right, so thank you so much. Here, Jimmy's like, food, I'll take it.
What is this?
It's Mexican candy. You can show everyone on the chat.
Mango.
They'll be interested to see.
What the heck?
Oh wow. I mean I know that translation, but I'm not quite sure what dividends are.
So dividends are whenever like you own a piece of stock in a company, and instead of like certain stocks, the companies are so valuable that, and they're class A and class B types of stock, but essentially some stocks pay dividends, meaning like if you own stocks, you don't even have to sell your stock and you'll still make money from it, because usually you don't make money from your stock until you sell it, right? Until you eventually sell it. Just when Jimmy was done eating, more food comes in. Jimmy is like, I have no clue what it means myself, but Jimmy, don't worry. I'm right there with you. It's this Texas Ranger fan. All right. All right. But you guys get in the chat can let us know if Jimmy's getting these concepts or not, if he's just lost in space. Is that Mexican Skittles? Is there such a thing? There is such a thing as Mexican Skittles, but these are mango. This is spicy mango.
And peanuts.
And peanuts.
Yeah.
It's not a bad combo, actually. All right, next. What does an $1.8 trillion valuation actually mean? So this is very important when people say SpaceX is worth around $1.8 trillion.
If you sold it right now, that's how much you would get.
That's right. And he did, right? He did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he didn't necessarily, you don't have to put everything up for sale. You can retain certain pieces of a company for yourself. So this is why learning about these concepts are so key, because if you want to have a company that adds such value to the marketplace, you want to have a company that's like SpaceX, let's say. But it is very important when people say SpaceX is worth around 1.8 trillion.
If you sold SpaceX,
that does not mean SpaceX is sitting at that 1.8 is sitting in a bank somewhere.
No.
Right? Here's what John Scott says: realized or unrealized gains or losses. That's right. So that $1.8 trillion, it's not sitting in like a single bank account. It's a valuation. A valuation is what the market says the whole company is worth based on the share price multiplied by the number of shares. So here's a simple math. If a company has 10 shares and each share is worth $10, the company is valued at what?
$100.
That's right. So if it theoretically, right? But obviously companies have way more than 10 shares. They've got, a ton, they've got millions of shares. So when investors buy shares at a certain price, the total valuation is calculated from that price. So that's why whenever people that know a company has a lot of value, that stock price goes up, right? Because it's kind of like supply and demand. It essentially is supply and demand. So the reason why companies go up is because people are competing to be those first buyers. So people are competing to be the first buyers of a company like SpaceX.
Because I guess that initial point is like the most accessible, right?
It's exactly. It's the most. So they're willing to pay a higher premium because they know that it's going to be worth more in the future.
Right.
And here's what's so fascinating about stock prices and about the stock market is that when a company becomes so valuable, the stock can do what? What do you guys know in the chat?
Crash.
Well, it can crash, but not if things are going well.
Okay.
So think about it. If a stock is doing really, really well, you guys in the chat will know. It can
break even.
Well, no. Think about it. So you guys in the chat, we're teaching a 14-year-old, but think about it. If you have a stock and it's doing so well, the stock price is going up so much. It's only happened a few times in history. But what can happen to your stock? Oh, you ex-Navy got it. Ex-Navy retired Delta got it 100%. It can split. So you can, like, if you had 10 shares, now you have 20. Or if you had 1 million, now you have 2 million.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. That's something I'll learn.
Jimmy, if you could go to any planet right now, which planet would you go to?
I mean, that'd be hard because you would immediately die if you went to any planet. All right. The company stocks typically, give us your answer, Jimmy. Give us your answer.
I would go to...
Can a spaceship land on the sun? This is a question for Jimmy from David Young. Let's see if he knows that.
No.
Mario?
Too hot.
It's right. It cannot. It would melt. It would melt before you even got close. All right. Company stocks, though, going back to that, typically split when their share prices raise so high that it becomes difficult for smaller or retail investors to buy them. For example, a split from 2 to 1 or 10 for 1, the company creates more shares, dividing the total price while keeping the overall value of your holdings exactly the same. Here are the most historical examples. NVIDIA executed a 10 for 1 stock split in June 2024, dropping the share price from around $1,200 to $120. So literally everyone who had 1 share in NVIDIA, and again, this is going back to AI because they were using those chips, right?
Yeah, they have the technology.
So their stock price was getting so high that it was unfathomable. So it wasn't accessible anymore. So if you had 1 share of NVIDIA in 2024 in June, then all of a sudden you had 10 shares, and it allowed you to sell those shares, right? Walmart announced a 3 for 1 split in February 2024 to optimize trading liquidity and help associates easily purchase shares.
Right.
So they wanted some of their actual employees who wanted to buy shares. They wanted to reduce the stock price, and it allowed for actually more shares. And guess what? Tesla did it as well. And you're seeing a theme. This all happened in the 2020s,
Wow.
right? These big ones.
Oh yeah.
So Tesla did a 5-for-1 split in 2020. And then it did it again, a 3-for-1 split in 2022 after its share price reached 4 digits.
Oh wow.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So Amazon and Alphabet, so Amazon and Google, they both are tech giants, and they orchestrated stock splits for 20-1. So they both did a 20-1, Amazon and Alphabet, in 2022 to make their shares more affordable. So those are the biggest recent examples: Nvidia, Walmart, Tesla, and Amazon and Alphabet. Alphabet is Google, right?
Yeah.
So now we know. If you didn't know about what a stock split is, now you do.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So Jimmy, what is a stock split? Yeah, we're going to the ADD doctor. Concerned over here. What is a stock split?
It's when
Mario, what point should we be concerned about his retention? Or is it everyone his age?
No, I think it's probably everyone that age. Yeah.
Andre says he's being educated here. All right. So remember, a stock splits whenever a company gets so high. So it wouldn't surprise me if that happens with SpaceX. Yeah. Especially since this is like the future of humanity, right? Going to the stars.
Yeah.
Rockets. This is going to be
space exploration.
Absolutely. It's just like there's no end to the growth.
No,
right? There's absolutely no end to the growth. So if you have companies where their entire job is just to sell us products, then think about the future of humanity. Yeah. That's going to be splitting infinitely. We're like on the road to, Star Trek, but basically, absolutely ex-Navy, retired Delta. I'm so glad you're here. Are you still here? All right. So why would investors value a company so highly, even if the company is not producing that much profit yet? Like in this case,
I think because they can see the value, and as you mentioned, these people all know like the market conditions, right? So they probably they have some scenarios that they've run in the future, and like the future of technology and the things that they are putting their money on, and I think they have seen like positive outcomes from it. So
right. So if you're an educated investor, you can make it's a bet, right? So like it's like gambling, but it's like really sophisticated gambling.
Yeah, it's not like
it's like potential.
It's not like
there's potential.
It's like potential, yeah.
But it's definitely, but on some level it's gambling. But if you're smart, you consider it a good gamble, right?
Because you see the conditions, right? So it's not simply because you see like a flipping a coin, maybe. It's more about the like the conditions and like where we are heading to.
Right. So the people were asking ex-Navy what he was doing, and he said he was on an aircraft carrier.
Ooh.
Hey, ex-Navy. We're so glad you're here. All right. Because they're betting on future growth. So it is everything in the stock market is on some level a gamble, right? Because you're putting money in with for the money to come out later.
With hopes, yeah.
So that is at the heart of this entire stream. Investors are not only buying what SpaceX is today, they are buying what they think SpaceX could become.
Yeah.
So SpaceX is being valued not just as a rocket company, but as a future infrastructure company. So chat, what sounds crazier, 1.8 trillion for SpaceX or trying to build a city on Mars?
Trying to build a city on Mars.
The city on Mars.
I think, hey Shadow, how are you? I think a lot of people are going to say, because he's saying that the funds are going to put a city on Mars, and that's like the real plan here. So how big is 1.8 trillion? That number is almost too big to understand. Yes. But let's make it real. A million seconds, just a seconds alone is about 11 and a half days. A billion seconds is 31 years. A trillion seconds is 31,000 years.
Wow.
So think about that. So just 1 trillion seconds is 31,000 years. Now think about seconds. And so all of a sudden we created about 60,000. If every dollar was a second, right?
Yeah.
In just a matter of seconds, we created, but it would have taken like all of humanity's the history beyond the history of humanity, right?
Like let's say you gain $1 every second, you need to have like that amount of years for you to have $1 trillion.
Right. But here's the point. Wow. Here's the point is that the jumping from 1 million to 1 billion to 1 trillion is so huge.
Yeah.
1 million seconds is just 11.5 days. But then when you jump to 1 billion, you're talking about 31 years, longer than you've been alive. Mm-hmm. And then if you talk 1 trillion seconds, then you're 31 years, 31,000 years.
Yeah. About how long I been alive.
So when we say $1.8 trillion, we're talking about numbers so large that it almost stops the meaning of anything being like in human terms anymore.
Are there any countries with a GDP higher than 1 trillion?
That's right, USA. Yeah.
Okay. Because I can imagine like most of the countries don't even have that
right
on their GDPs.
Right. So that's a great question. So do you want to hear how big the GDP of the USA is?
Yeah.
It's $31.82 trillion.
Wow.
So, and the GDP, it's the nominal gross domestic product of the United States, is $31.82 trillion on an annualized basis. That's as of the first quarter of 2026. Mm-hmm. So there's real GDP. It expanded at a rate of 1.6%, driven primarily by strong exports, business investments, and consumer spending.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to hear what Mexico's is?
It's like I'm not sure. It's on the billions, I think.
It's actually 2.12 trillion because of its strong economic trade with the United States.
Wow.
So it's the 13th largest economy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
What is the largest? USA?
The United States. That's right.
What is Russia's?
Right now, it's hard to say with all of the different things that are going on with Russia. Like I could look at figures, but they wouldn't really be accurate. But that just shows you how huge the difference is between the Mexican GDP and the US GDP.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So Jimmy, what would you do if you had $1 trillion? Andre says wormholes exist.
I would buy a lot of property.
All right. Well, ex-Navy and retired Delta says, Jimmy, what is a board of directors? What is a board of directors?
Mm.
This is not too hard, Jimmy. Think about it. Think about it. You have a company and like the CEO makes decisions, right? But then you have the board of directors. So the board of directors can keep that CEO in check, right? So the board of directors is a group of elected, appointed individuals who represent shareholders to govern and provide strategic oversight for a company. So like, for example, the board of directors over Disney were like, you know what? We need a new head over Star Wars. Star Wars is not going in the right direction, right? So there it is on screen. A board of directors is a group of elected or appointed individuals who represent shareholders to govern and provide strategic oversight for a company.
Mm-hmm.
They act as an independent governing body operating separately from daily management. So they're not the people who are working inside of the company necessarily, but they're like, they have the wisdom and the experience, right? So they're not working day to day. Right? They're not management, but they're the board of directors. There's a difference. That's a great question. So thank you for asking.
All right. So if I had $1 trillion, what would I do with it?
I mean, you can do anything with $1 trillion. You could do anything, right? If one individual had $1 trillion,
buy some land.
Okay.
A lot of land.
All right, this is where the conversation gets serious. At this scale, money stops being about buying stuff and it becomes about building systems. Mm-hmm. So when you have $1 trillion, it's no longer like I'm going to acquire a boat or I'm going to acquire blah, blah, blah. It's literally about an entire infrastructure. This is why economies have such high GDPs, right?
Yeah.
So like railroads, data centers, satellite networks, rocket fleets, cities, infrastructure, supply chains, energy, communications. And that is the level that SpaceX is trying to play at.
Yeah.
All right. So chat, what do y'all say? Finish this sentence. If I had $1 trillion, I would blank. Mario, what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would invest in, or I mean, by invest I mean like building like the system of, I don't know, probably
Mm-hmm.
like maybe I would make movies, and then
You
I
just
would,
make movies.
and then
Okay.
I would
Save the world, but from what? Because we have $1 trillion on Earth. So what do we save? Are we because we have to save ourselves? Do we save ourselves from ourselves?
I mean that
Ex-Navy fans, an ex-Navy and retired Delta says he would donate a lot of it, charity.
yeah, also help.
But you would spend your time doing fun stuff like making films,
right, or.
But you see how even like trillionaires have or people who have hundreds of billions of dollars, they can't necessarily make a movie. You see how hard it is to make a movie. Don't you find that interesting?
Yeah.
Like, because Masters of the Universe, that was Amazon.
Yeah.
And they still doesn't, so there's,
but,
the Julia Roberts movie, that was Amazon, right? And those were like established directors. So but once you have $1 trillion, then the meaning is less about like validation, and it's more just like having fun with it. You would want validation, but how could you buy that?
I would make movies for fun, probably. and
I would probably,
others.
Yeah, I would help other people make their movies too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of what we're trying to do here, right?
Yeah.
We want to do, filmmaking, and this is our little road to that. All right, but SpaceX is trying to own the roads to space. Have you thought of it that way?
Yeah,
it's like railroads. They're trying to own the roads to space. The mistake is thinking that SpaceX is just a company that launches rockets. That's like thinking Amazon was just an online bookstore. SpaceX has rockets, yes.
Yeah.
But the bigger idea is infrastructure here. Yeah. So here are the business pieces. We've got rockets. SpaceX launches payloads into space, satellites, cargo missions, government contracts, and commercial customers. But there's also the idea of reusability.
Yeah.
Reusable rockets change the economics of launch because they reduce the cost of getting things into orbit, which is a huge deal. I mean, that was so huge. Did you remember seeing that first one land?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The art says that blow up. Yeah, there's that too. But listen, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And then there's Starlink. Starlink is a satellite internet. It creates recurring revenue and global infrastructure.
Yeah.
And guess what? This is how big they are. We actually have it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Starlink is part of it, ex-Navy. And you guys, there are ways to support the channel and the scroll because this channel is not monetized yet. So make sure you stick around and subscribe. And there's government and defense. Space is no longer just science. It is communication, military, weather, navigation, surveillance, and national security. And then there's the big story of Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Mars really is the big grand story, especially for Elon Musk. The reason the company feels bigger than normal businesses. So Jimmy, what is more valuable, a rocket or owning the road that everyone needs to use to get to space?
The space part, owning the. What did you say? Owning the road?
Yeah. So like, what is more valuable, a rocket or owning the road that everyone needs to use to get to space? Because that's really what we're talking about here.
That everybody needs to get to space.
Exactly. So it's like, yes, Shadow, good luck on your operation. But it's, says, speaking of films, where's mine from yesterday? Oh yeah, he wants to, we'll get it to you today. We're gonna go and eat. Ex-Navy. Ex-Navy wants to have us go to a restaurant wearing our wigs. But since it was raining yesterday and there's chaos, just so you know, Ex-Navy, if you can, Mario, tell him how incredibly crowded it is outside.
So we were just walking.
Yeah.
We were just walking down the street. And then Gabriel pointed so fast, so watch out. We turned, somebody lit a firework and it flew straight up. Or right here.
People were crazy.
Like that far away, right there.
Ex-Navy, that's why it's so wild right now. So if you just walk outside, there are people everywhere.
Ex-Navy, you know what? Gabriel actually went up with his wig and someone snatched his
Somebody snatched his wig.
Somebody snatched his wig off.
And we have him on camera too.
Yeah, somebody snatched his wig.
Yeah, if you go to Urban Rivera, you can actually see it.
As funny as it sounds, it's true.
Yeah, so Ex-Navy.
But they
went outside.
Bottles.
But we still have it on my next name.
They're gonna take like 2 days.
If you look there, you can see there's a video. went outside. And did you do it? He was obviously speaking to people in Spanish, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we were speaking both English and Spanish.
There are always riots. Gizmo, there's always riots. There's any day of the week. They're always biased because they're always on Reforma. Now maybe there were other riots. Did you learn about any riots, Mario?
No.
No, actually,
I saw there were some, but there's daily riots, so it doesn't mean anything.
We saw a lot of cop cars that have riot shields that were headed.
Did y'all message the barber?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me see if he responded. Probably not. But.
All right. So owning the road is the ideal answer to the question: is what is more valuable, a rocket or owning the road that everyone needs to use to get to space? It's definitely owning the road.
He didn't respond or see it.
Okay. All right. What's the business thesis? Is if space becomes an economy, SpaceX wants to be the company that builds the roads, right?
Yeah.
That's like the thesis here. So this is very much like going back to, we've been talking about this. This is Mario. You see the big picture now. We've been talking about railroads. We've been talking about the turn of the century.
Infrastructure.
It's all about infrastructure.
Yeah.
So all of this has been preparing us to this moment, right? Ooh. All of this has been leading up to
I saw that.
Crossing. We've been talking about the history of Europe. We're talking about the exploration of the planet. But the reality is that, we are living in one of the most important years in human history.
Yeah.
This is the biggest, this is why the stakes could not be higher. Right.
Yeah.
So this is what we're talking about here. The business thesis is that if space becomes an economy, SpaceX wants to be the company that builds the roads.
Yeah.
So basically this is like the Rockefeller of the new millennium. This is there's nothing bigger. There's we couldn't be having a bigger conversation. Is SpaceX more, Mario, do you think SpaceX is more like a car company, an airline, a telecom company, or a defense contractor, or a railroad? It's kind of a trick question.
Can I say it's aerospatial?
Here's the question. You guys can chime in the chat because this is also a debate. Because a lot of people have a lot of opinions about this. But if is SpaceX more like a car company, an airline, a telecom company, a defense contractor, or a railroad?
Telecom, maybe.
It's all of them, baby. It's all of them. It's really all of them. It's like being a car company, an airline, because it owns the rockets. It has Starlink, right? They have defense contracts with the U.S. government.
Yeah.
It's all of them. That's right.
I just made peanut butter.
Yep. So chat, what is SpaceX really? Is it a rocket company? Is it, what do you guys think? I'm curious to see what chat thinks. But here's the part that Jimmy can really actually understand as of today. And that's the Starlink aspect of it. So why do you think internet from space matters? Why does internet from space matter?
If we go to space, we need internet.
Jimmy, you're blowing us all away with your intelligence.
What else do you want me to say?
Well, I just want you to help. I want to help you articulate your points, but you're doing good. You're doing good. So Starlink may be the easiest part of SpaceX to understand because it solves a very real problem, which is internet access. If you live in a big city, you take internet for granted, but millions of people around the globe live in rural areas, remote places, ships, aircraft, disaster zones, war zones, regions where normal internet infrastructure is weak or unavailable. So Starlink says, instead of only building cables and towers on Earth, let's put satellites in orbit and beam internet down, which is what we're already doing, but now we're doing it directly to the individual. So Jimmy, why would internet from space be useful?
Because it can reach you from no matter where you are.
That's right. So give me an example.
Like we went camping.
Gizmo says they're making money on a dream. I think even if so Gizmo, are you making the argument that getting to Mars is off the table?
No, I think it's saying everything started like a dream, right? And then it materialized.
Yeah, maybe everything on some levels, everything started as a dream, right? And
for example, beginning. Disney and everything, yeah.
Right. So why would internet from outer space be useful? So think about some places.
Because it can reach you from no matter where you are. Because up in the satellite.
Yeah, like all the different places, like remote areas, emergency ships, planes, rural communities, disaster zones. There's no spaces there.
La Marquesa.
That's right. We've been trying to go to La Marquesa, but do you see how like we've got there's people who can't get out of bed in the morning because they're so depressed or because they're irresponsible, and then you have other people who are literally launching rockets into space. So we have this extreme disparity of human nature right now, right? People are just swiping on TikTok, and there are other people who are building rockets trying to reach to the heavens. So what do you think that's about, Mario? Do you think we're kind of at a crossroads in terms of our society?
Yeah, I guess it's like if the person is, well, yeah, I mean, we have a lot of diversity in the world, right? So that also translates into the way humans approach their own lives.
So what would happen to a modern city if the internet went down for a week?
I mean,
you guys try to think about if, let's say, New York City lost internet, the entire city of New York City. So what would happen?
Well, Times Square would shut down.
Okay. Things would shut down.
There'd be no more jobs because pretty much every job needs internet.
Right.
Yeah, there would be no like money, cash flow. Well, not cash, but like money flow and no. So activity.
Chat, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. The first thing that a lot of people think about is banking problems.
Yeah, banking,
because we do banking from our mobile phones. They're internet transfers, right? There'd be banking problems, communication problems, work disruption, transportation issues, overall panic, and then all the businesses would obviously shut down, right?
Yeah.
That is why the communication infrastructure part of this SpaceX story is so important. And that's something that people are overlooking, right? Is because whenever you have satellite being beamed down to the average consumer from space, that actually creates a lot of national security.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, if you wanted to take down the internet in a particular city, all you had to do is take down like the major corporations that are providing that. But if each individual is receiving it from the heavens, right? Then it actually applies some level of national safety. That's why some people could even argue that the SpaceX IPO should even be larger. And by the end of the day, maybe it will be. It probably will be.
Speaking of Starlink, every bus stop in Mexico City, they have Starlink on top of it. You just found that out.
Gizmo says kids will have to learn how to write fast.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, like me and Brent, we were on the way to the dentist.
I took a video, and I like every single bus stop has it on top of the stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's so many people connected to it that the internet's really slow.
But the thing is,
have you tried to use it? It never really works for me. Like maybe this is the WhatsApp
has helped me get like an emergency.
Yeah, like listen, I appreciate it, but it's not like you can't really go live from it. Do you know what I mean? But you can do WhatsApp. But I'm glad it's there, and I think it may have been a donation. I don't know. That might be, you guys know. Let us know in the chat if y'all know if Starlink in Mexico City was donated or if they're paying some kind of fee. Because at every single bus stop there is a Starlink receiver. So would you rather own rockets or the global internet? Would you rather own all the rockets or a global internet?
The global internet.
Probably the global internet.
Yeah.
I mean, having rockets could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking of a bigger picture. Yeah. The global.
Well, I think Elon's proving that they're one and the same, right? Like, because the rockets are have the ability to launch these satellites. Which is what creates the global internet. So Gizmo says global internet. Andre says the internet. All right. Here's the Elon premium. Okay. This is where people have like a lot of faith in a particular individual. So now we have to talk about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
John Scott says the internet is more critical. Any SpaceX conversation becomes an Elon Musk conversation because investors are not only buying a company, many of them, hey, says, can we be friends? Says Shark. Why not? You got a friend in me. But listen to this. Many of them are buying the belief that Elon can do impossible things. That's what Gizmo was getting at. It was like the idea of the dream. That is sometimes called a founder premium. It's called a founder premium. So in this case, there are people who think Elon Musk is one of the greatest builders of modern technology. There are people who think he's overhyped. Some people think he's chaotic. Some people think he's risky. But no one's arguing that he's not like a visionary, because he's definitely a visionary, right?
Yeah.
So that's the Elon premium that we're getting at here. Okay. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that I'm curious to think if y'all think he's overhyped, chaotic, risky, or if he's a visionary? I personally admire the man. I admire the man because I think that whenever you're trying to achieve anything, there are going to be naysayers. There are going to be people who try to drag you down, but we're actually seeing like direct results, right? Like we were able to go live from a rural, place in Mexico, and using his satellites. So, I mean, that showcased for, sometimes it's not real until it's real for you, right? So at that moment, when you guys were on the 4-wheelers and you were there for part of it as well.
Yeah.
But as I was doing that live stream, I was like, it made it very real for me that just a few years ago, like that level of high-speed internet was not available to someone who's in the middle of a national park in rural Mexico. So it made it very, very real for me. So, and then there are also those people who think that both things are true, that like he's a visionary, but there's some level of risk involved. Maybe that's true for every visionary. There's always some level of risk involved, which I think there's a lot of truth there. All right. Jimmy, can someone be a genius and still make risky or bad decisions?
Yes.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, I agree.
Gizmo says Elon will be the face of our generation. He's emphasis on our, says Gizmo, meaning like not the 14-year-olds, not the 20-year-olds, but the 50-year-olds.
Oh, that's right, John Scott. Yeah.
All right, chat. What do y'all think? Can someone be a genius and still make risky or bad decisions? The answer is obviously yes, of course.
Funny, Andre.
What is Andre saying?
Geniuses can be done. I am one.
There's arguments there, right? Like you can go to the heavens, but maybe you get lost right outside your house. I think that was like a famous Einstein example. I don't know how true that is. Have you heard that? Like he stepped out of his house and got lost. There's like an old story there.
Wait, who did?
Einstein.
Oh.
All right. Would you rather invest in a boring company with steady profits or a crazy company that might change the world? And
that's a company that might change the world.
That's like the big question right now. And some people are saying it's not so crazy. So,
I mean, yeah.
So which one? The boring company? So like that's the difference between like investing in, let's say, Walmart or Amazon, or SpaceX, right? Because there's like expected growth.
Yeah.
But think about it this way. A lot of companies that used to be safe bets are no longer safe, right?
Yeah.
Because some of these classic companies are going out of business.
Yeah.
That's why people are saying the crazy one, because crazy isn't crazy anymore, right? Because you actually have to dream big because we're seeing such huge market shifts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a tough question, but I would say, the crazy one probably.
Right. So you could argue like there's the gamble aspect of it, and then there's the genius aspect of it. So like the genius aspect of Elon Musk is that the rockets are reusable. There's the Tesla impact, Starlink, a big ambition, history of doing things people doubted, and he actually came through for it. And then the gambler aspect of it, the part that people are maybe more skeptical about, is like this huge valuation, the massive technical risk.
Yeah.
Mars may not happen soon. There's a dependence on the founder. on Elon himself, because there's like the founder's dilemma, right? And markets can get carried away, right? And that can lead us to the concept of a bubble. So big breakthroughs often require traditional confidence, but investors can still overpay.
Yeah.
So is Elon a genius, gambler, or both? For chat.
Let us know, chat.
Let's see, a genius, a gambler, or both?
Look at Budweiser. One bad app can crash a company. Was that recent, Gizmo? That
was an ad where they used an activist who was not. It was totally had nothing to do with their customer base, and it really had bad blowback. So it's like the go woke concept. Go woke, go. You know what they say.
Huh?
I'm gonna see if Mario can finish the expression. Go woke, go
broke.
Yeah, that's like a term that we've kind of realized that in the 2020s, right? That a lot of companies that kind of, even you could even make that argument with like the girl boss tropes in certain superhero movies. The art got it exactly. So, all right,
very well, Andre.
All right, so now we have the questions that the adults will argue about.
Shark, but I can't be on like every movie. I have to get an audition to do it. Shark.
And there's thousands of people competing.
Yeah, I can't be on.
But now we're into the questions adults will argue about. Is SpaceX worth this much because it really will dominate the future? Or is Wall Street so desperate for the next big thing that investors are paying almost any price? This is what people are debating about on all of the channels that have to do with finance right now. Everyone is having this big debate right now. So I'm gonna run to the restroom, and Mario, you can chat it out with people.
Yeah.
Andre says he's vaguely an adult. All right. So is SpaceX worth this much because it really will dominate the future? Some would argue yes. Or is Wall Street so desperate for the next big thing because it's been so long since we've had the next big thing, aside from, let's say, like Nvidia? Our investors, are they willing to pay any price?
Yeah. For me, I think it's more like I was mentioning at the beginning of the live stream that it's kind of like it feels kind of like the only company that it's capable of doing it so far. So in that sense, I think it's the future in that regard. But then,
you too, David.
Yeah, I don't think then it depends so much on us, but rather on the actual condition of said thing. Meaning, for example, Mars. I mean, I'm not sure how much research has been done about like Mars being like a thing for humans in the future, but
what is it?
But in case it is, I guess if it's not possible right at this moment, then it's gonna.
Wait, I thought Mars was the closest to the sun.
No, that's Mercury.
Mercury.
Yeah.
And then Mars is gonna be hotter then.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be hotter, but as far as I know, it's like the closest to the Earth's like conditions.
It's like
Yeah, and but yeah, I guess it's not so about a company, but about the material conditions at that time. I don't know if they've made experiments. Probably they have about like growing plants there and like creating an atmosphere or like fertile soil. But if you guys know any about that, let me know, because I don't think it depends so much on a single company, but rather on like the Earth's or like the human's capacity to make that possible. But again, SpaceX is like the closest we have to that technology, right? Because they have the and I think it's good that humanity can like put their grain of sand or rice there in order for the dream to become true. But yeah, so I think that's kind of like what I mean by saying the SpaceX is like the closest and probably like the safest to bet on. the idea of populating other planets, for example, or having space. How do you call it? Interplanetary travel.
Interplanetary travel.
Travel, yeah.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people like to talk about interstellar travel, but we haven't even done interplanetary travel.
Maybe the first,
beyond like rovers, right?
Yeah, maybe the first thing I was also seeing that it could be like going to the moon and like us, like tourism and things like that.
That's exactly right. That's what's in store, is going to the moon for tourism and such things. That's 100% in store.
How much would you think a plane ticket would cost?
Do you think it would be a plane?
A rocket
ticket. Oh, probably over the millions. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, it would probably be in the millions. But the idea is to bring it down, right?
Yeah, that's another thing, right? Because sometimes the technology can be expensive because it's brand new, but then we find
once we keep on going,
we find ways to make it cheaper, more accessible. Yeah.
That's the idea.
It cost $1 trillion just for a rocket ship. Now, David?
Not $1 trillion.
Not a trillion.
Not $1 trillion. Now it used to cost that much. It used to cost that much, but not so much anymore.
Yeah. I saw a UFO once, Andre. We will get into the
Andre. Yeah, you've told us that before. Yeah, you told us that you saw a UFO. If you want to break it down for us, let us know what that experience was like. We're down for it.
Let us know what you saw.
So before I went to the restroom, we were talking about the idea of a bubble. And so like, is SpaceX worth it? Or is Wall Street so desperate for the next big thing? I think there's a bit of both. I think it is worth it.
Yeah.
I think SpaceX is the future. And I think that there are going to be more people to play, which is why you see the most wealthy men in the world getting involved in this, right? Which is Jeff Bezos with Amazon and his Blue Origins, and you have
Bill Gates.
Well, I don't know if Bill Gates has his own like rocket company, but Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are the two big ones.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain this to Jimmy. Jimmy, do you know what a bubble is? Like when it comes to finance, like in the stock market, do you know what a bubble is?
No.
Like think about the housing bubble. There was the housing bubble in 2007, 2008. Mari, now you haven't lived in the United States, but do you remember reading about that?
I remember
you were like a kid.
I was a kid, but I've tried to remember like if I had any recollection of something going on, because Mexico was also affected by it because it's closeness, right? So
and there's investors, right?
Yeah,
they're from Mexico as well.
But to be quite honest, I don't quite. I mean, I learned about it, but I don't quite honestly like.
Let's see if the chat knows. Chat, do you guys have any input into? So Andre said it can burst. A bubble can burst.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've read about it. Not so much.
Where's my camera, Chilo?
But yeah.
Yeah, a bubble happens when people buy something not because of what it is worth today, but because they believe someone else will pay even more later. Now, bubbles can be okay, but bubbles can burst. And like they were getting into it's like it's such an inflated cost that it just burst because that day doesn't necessarily come around, right?
Yeah.
So there's that idea that like
I can't.
The day that it's time to build or to sell, they're not able to. The breadwinner, we'll look into that, Shark.
Well,
all right. A bubble happens when everybody buys something not because of what it is worth today, but because of what they believe someone else will pay for it later. So if everyone at school started buying a lunchbox because they thought it would be worth $1,000 next week, what might happen?
Everybody will go out and buy the same exact lunchbox.
Right. But they might overpay and eventually the price would crash. And that kind of happened. That happens even with toys. Like that happened with like the Teletubby. The Furby, I should say.
Yeah, like collectible things.
Hey, Rule 1336. A bubble is when prices crash fast and the bubble pops and there's a price crash.
Yeah.
That's right. Rule 1336, thank you for being here. That's exactly why the chat is here to help us. It takes a village to raise a child. So we need y'all's input. Hey, Kiss of Life, that's right. The price drops.
Hi, Kiss of Life.
And Blue Origins, John Scott says Blue Origins is crippled. They blew up their own launch site. Well, you know, that does happen though. To be fair, that happened with everybody who's built rockets. So, because it requires so much jet fuel, right? It requires so much jet fuel. So we have to have an intellectually honest conversation about that. So like the Blue Origin launch blow up, that happened with SpaceX several times. And look where they are now, you know? So we're going to see how they are by the end of the day. Furby. That's right, Andre. That's what I was trying to think of. Not Teletubby, but the Furby.
You said Furby.
Yeah, I corrected myself. Yeah.
No, okay.
Mm-hmm. Because of life, we're going to let us see you.
I guess.
All right, but yeah, that's a bubble. So when everyone rushes out to go buy something, hoping to like resell it, which is what happens with stock, right? Because you don't hold on to the stock forever, let's say. You hold on to it for an extended period of time, but the idea is not to hold on to it forever because it increases in valuation and you can like cash out, right?
Yeah.
Gizmo says Blue Origin only had one site to launch from. Yeah, so Gizmo, does that mean that Blue Origin is having to like rebuild a new launch site, or are they having to do like massive cleanup? So Gizmo, let me know, because I saw that, but I didn't do a deep dive into that one. But I remember distinctly during the global situation that we experienced over the last 5 years. I remember that SpaceX had some events. But I know this was just the other day. Did you see that in the news, Mario?
Yeah.
What were did you have any thoughts, or were you just like, oh, well, whatever?
No, I mean, it's just like, as you mentioned, some eggs need to crack.
Right.
Whenever you're cooking. So, I mean, some eggs can crack whenever you're cooking. So
that's right. If you're making an omelet, you have to crack a few eggs. Jimmy, have you ever heard that expression?
That's that idea.
Yeah.
All right. This is kind of an interesting lesson too with Jimmy, because it's like, how much information can you learn by being thrown direct information and also the anecdotal information, and then how much of it do you just have to live?
Yeah.
But there's so much going on right now. It's like you have to live 10,000 lifetimes to fully understand all these different things that are going on.
Yeah.
So you have to understand things in theory before you understand it happening to you, because there's no way like you could bounce back from having to learn everything the hard way. So that's what I'm trying to teach Jimmy. Mario, do you think he's going to get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So John Scott says, do you know how you can short sell stock on the way down and make money in any direction?
No, I didn't know.
Huh?
I'm learning a lot about the like the share and the stakes and the stock market. Yeah.
All right, I'll explain it to you. All right. Andre says he has a sponge. Yeah, there's a movie called Trading Places, and that was somebody who was really wealthy on Wall Street who traded places with the person who didn't have a house, didn't have a home. All right, here's short selling. Short selling is an advanced trading strategy where you bet that a stock's price will decline. Instead of buying low and selling high, you do the reverse. You sell high and buy low. So then that's the short of it. That's the short way of explaining it.
Okay.
It's even more complicated than that, but that's the basic. So short selling is the advanced trading strategy where you bet or you assume that a stock's price will decline. So instead of buying low and selling high, you do the reverse. You sell high because you expect it to drop. So how does that work? You borrow shares. You borrow shares of a stock you don't own from your broker. You sell in the market. You immediately sell those borrowed shares at the current market price. You wait and you buy back. You hope that the stock price falls. Once it drops, you buy the same number of shares back on the open market at the lower price. And then you return to the lender. You give those repurchased shares back to your broker to close out the loan, because the broker like loans you the shares and you give them the exact shares back. But now but in between you've bought and sold them. You give them back those same shares. The profit is simply the difference between the price you sold the shares for and the price you bought them back for. If anybody else wants to jump in here, there are a lot of people that understand this very deeply.
Why would you do that and not just...
Well, because it's a way to kind of game the system to an extent, because there's like a window of opportunity there. So you believe like let's say company X, whatever, is overvalued and its price will fall. So you borrow 100 shares and you sell them for $100 each, let's say. Now you have $10,000 in your account minus any fees, let's say. Then the stock drops to $70. You buy the $100 shares back at $70 each. So you only spend $7,000, but then you return the 100 shares to your broker. Then your profit in that case would be like $3,000. There was the $10,000 from the sale minus the $7,000 to buy them back, and minus any interest or borrowing fees.
That's really interesting.
People do love that movie, Trading Spaces.
Trading Spaces.
Yeah. It really explores lots of really good themes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do we have any like juice?
I can make some. I can make some like tang.
I can bring it in here. I can.
All right.
Do it right here.
But not every expensive thing is a bubble. Sometimes things look expensive because it really is going to be enormous. And that may be the case here. So it may not actually be a bubble. Like it may not be a bubble. It may actually continue growing and growing. So a lot of people believe it's a very, very safe bet what's going on right now in terms of SpaceX.
Yes. Yeah.
So here's like the framework of why it could be justified and why it could be overvalued. So SpaceX may dominate launch. Starlink may become, like in terms of launches in general, Starlink may become a global internet platform, which it already is to an extent.
Yeah.
Space infrastructure may become essential, and SpaceX may be that provider. The government contracts that are already in place in defense may continue to grow and grow and grow. And the Mars story could create long-term ambition and get the overall humanity excited, which it seems to be doing. But here's how it could be overvalued. First of all, $1.8 trillion is huge. It's enormous, right? It's bigger than most countries' GDP. Because remember, Mexico is only 2 point something, right? So this is almost the entire, and by the end of the day, it'll probably be even bigger, unless it's recognized as a bubble within the day, which has happened before. Sometimes a company launches, it goes into an IPO, and it's such a huge, it's so big that by the end of the day, the market calms down.
Okay. So yeah, because that amount came from the valuation, right?
Right, from the valuation.
Okay.
Right. Fidelity, John Scott. He asked which brokerage we went with.
What do you mean?
For an account for you.
Oh.
Oh, good to know, John Scott. All right. And it could be overvalued if the future expectations are too optimistic, or if Mars is too extremely difficult, it takes too long, and public investors can get overly emotional if things don't start kind of returning on. It's kind of like with these healthcare companies, right? Because healthcare companies are such a promise, right? Like living forever, or curing some basic things like baldness, even or different diseases. Exactly. The company may depend heavily on Musk himself. So if a company becomes too dependent on one individual, that can make the markets feel like it's too iffy, like it's too tricky. And the reality is that space is expensive and risky, because so many things can go wrong. Because you can still be the biggest company and things can still go wrong.
Right, because there's like a huge amount of research needed too. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So the question, Mario, what do you think? What would have to happen in the next 10 years for this valuation to make sense?
I think it would need to happen like we were saying, right? The interplanetary travel, and but also, I mean, like the idea of, I was mentioning the idea of having the conditions on, let's say, for example, let's begin with the moon, and then probably go into Mars, and I think those kind of things would need to happen in order for this to, well, because I'm thinking in like the company going that direction, but also, you know, it's just like having like a better infrastructure and like a better, like growing the company system.
Right.
I think that also will help make these numbers like feel more tangible.
Right.
Or more understandable.
Absolutely. But I do think the moon is like the next
I mean, probably that's kind of
right?
like what will happen in terms of these 10 years.
Yeah, because that's the question. Like, what really has to happen in the next 10 years to really justify said evaluation?
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe that's seeing this type of advancements in terms of space exploration. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna I'm gonna show y'all. Can y'all hear? There's like a subtle music in the background. I'm curious.
I could hear it at the beginning, but I could hear it at the beginning. I don't know if you changed it though.
I'm uploading a video of something landing on the moon. All right, but while that loads,
no, I can't hear any music though.
No, that's all right.
Let us know, chat, if you can hear music. Reusable space travel. Yeah. Thank you, Gizmo. Thank you.
Can you guys see? This is show. This is like kind of an idea of what we're thinking of right here. So as you can see, this is like the concept of like the beginning of being on Mars and what that would look like. Like having ships land on Mars here. So there's Earth. There's the pale blue dot, as Carl Sagan described it, in the distance there. And here we have. Can you guys see this?
Yes. Yeah, I mean that's what I think it would be the next. Yeah, like the next steps.
So Mario, like, how far away do you think we are to reaching the moon in a scenario like this?
I was telling the audience, I'm not very aware of how advanced we are on research, like space research. I guess they have been doing experiments and everything, but I would say yes. 10 years for me sounds plausible in terms of the amount of research I can imagine they're doing in order for the humans to have a stable environment on other satellites, natural satellites. That sounds like reasonable to me. Although, yeah, I'm not sure how, because you mentioned fuel, and I that's a big thing, right? Like the resources.
The fuel is a big part of it.
Yeah, like the resources are also like a big part of it, right? So
is that showing the rocket thing?
Yeah, I'm about to show some different angles of what this would look like, what this could potentially look like.
I'll be right back.
That's Jimmy landing on Saturn. I was so innovative. Instead of chunking into the ocean. It needs to be beyond the moon in 10 years, if not already on Mars. You think so, John Scott? 10 years is not so long if you think about it in terms of research. So do you think so, John Scott? I would be more conservative and say maybe and see how humanity reacts to it as well, because it could be also, you know, something that humans can find too risky or too new. I guess that's happened before with some technologies too. So it's also like a thing where we will see how humanity interacts with it. And
this actually feels like a pretty good depiction on like what it would look like, right? On like if there was a rocket to land on the moon.
Yeah,
this feels like a pretty accurate portrayal of what that would look like in terms of reusable. Now, obviously, this is not a full city being built out, but obviously we have to start with the moon before we go to Mars.
Yeah, that feels because there are so many like variables, calculations in order to get to the movement of Earth and like the movement of everything. Yeah,
and these are things that we have theoretically planned for, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So here's another view for us.
Yes.
Let's see if this lets me do a picture in picture here.
Oh yeah, I see it. Bringing like their rockets back and everything. Hi, Avril. Hi, hello. How are you? People have been on the moon already. Yes, David Young, but they haven't. I mean,
the Avril Dalton, how are you?
The ideal would be to,
but like no one's staying on the moon permanently, have a settlement, right? Yeah. So no one's currently on the moon, like long term as of right now.
Right, no, it's
right.
Yeah, no.
That's the big question here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would be epic if it happens. It'd be super duper epic.
That's a nice depiction.
But John Scott's making a good point that investors want results over the next 10 years. Right. So investors are going to want like a faster, let's say, results, right? For what's going to be happening here. Because to justify such a high, valuation.
Yeah.
So to justify this amount of money, a 1.8 trillion, which is larger than most economies around the world, for this to be worth it.
Yeah, and but that's right, John Scott. They also, Brent mentioned it at the beginning. There's more scrutiny whenever a company goes public. So, yeah, they will for sure want results in this first term.
Absolutely.
So that you make a good point, John Scott.
So these are some really accurate visualizations of what this will look like for us going first to the moon. So we're getting different angles here of what that would look like. So you've got these little bases here, these little moon bases. You guys weigh in on the debate. I'm curious to know how people feel about interplanetary travel.
Yes.
And even just within our own satellite, our moon, right? That's a big deal.
Right. Like having a colony on the moon would be like a big
it's
thing.
A big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. But yeah, chat. Thank you, Jimmy. But yeah, chat, chime in and let us know what you know about this also. And
let us know if you can hear any music in the background. I'm curious if y'all are able to hear the music. I just changed it over.
With water, Jimmy. It's good.
It's good water?
Yeah. No one on the moon today. No.
There's no one on the moon right now, right?
Except for me in a couple of hours. I got to catch my flight.
That's going to be a surprise, Jimmy. But
Jimmy, do you have a surprise moon flight that we didn't know about?
Yeah, I went ahead and ordered one.
Oh, yeah? You guys, while these visualizations are on
there's tickets on eBay
online, can you guys hear us? Let us know if you can hear us.
That was going to be a surprise video.
Gizmo says, what about the man in the moon? So that's always been a debate, right? Like, that's people see a face in the moon.
A lot of scientists, those who are still alive, talk about anti-gravity technology. It's a game changer.
It really is a game changer. It will be a game changer.
Yeah, I haven't read much about it, but if that's happening, wow.
That's right. Google says humans have not walked on the lunar surface since the Apollo 17 mission in December 1972.
I believe that. Yeah, because I think we've sent like robots, but not.
You guys see rabbits on the moon? I just see a moon with craters.
I've never seen like a rabbit shape. No.
All I see is a moon.
It's cheese. Is it nice cheese?
What cheese?
The moon.
Huh? It's too expensive to do it again. Well, this is the argument, is that it's not too expensive anymore to do again. All right, let me see if I can get you guys to hear.
You can. I cannot, Andre. I cannot find the rabbit on the moon. I've tried to.
Well, here, like at 8 o'clock, the moon goes right above that building.
Yeah. Yeah. If we start to look outward, perhaps wars on Earth would no longer be the past time.
Shark, we agree with you.
Guys, these images are live broadcast. This is a live broadcast.
Jimmy's joking. These are not. These are visualizations. These are visualizations. This is
She's
like
holding the
what could
camera.
be.
I'm holding the camera right now, guys. I am from.
Yeah, you wish. That would be really
Oh wait,
cool.
guys, wait! I'm floating. I'm floating away.
Jimmy,
Wait,
come back.
wait! I can't.
Jimmy,
I
come
pushed
back.
off too hard. Wait,
Jimmy, come back.
hold up. Give me a second. I'll probably just land. I'll land in China and I'll catch a flight.
You're hilarious, Jimmy.
Yeah. Those are just depictions. We are safely. Here.
We're safely on the ground, but we're giving people a picture of this is like near future stuff, right? This idea. So we've talked about it from a financial standpoint, from a stock market standpoint, and why like Mars is the ultimate goal for Elon Musk, and really for anyone who has this big belief in traveling to the stars.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say dream or delusion, right? And why is Mars the real story? Well, because it's not just a financial story. Elon Musk has talked about it for years, about making humanity multi-planetary. The dream is not just to visit Mars, but the dream is for a self-sustaining city on Mars.
Yeah. Essentially, I don't know what's the term in English, but like make the conditions the same as the Earth, same as on Earth.
Yeah, well, it's like terraforming.
Terraform.
Yeah. But that phrase in that last sentence is really important. It's self-sustaining, like a self-sustaining city on Mars, because it'd be way too expensive to have to transport everything to Mars.
Yeah.
So it means a settlement that does not need constant rescue from Earth to survive. So Jimmy, if you could, would you live on Mars?
No.
Why so quick to say no?
Because no.
Because now that's all.
And because it's closer to the sun,
and
it's already hot here.
I love that.
And so,
because it's already hot here, that's your logic.
The winter is going to be warmer. The winter there is probably going to be like 40 degrees.
Does Mars have a satellite? Any moons? Let me see. So Mars has 2 small moons. Okay. A Martian, yeah. Oh, you could, Andre.
I'm adding in some clips here so we have some different viewpoints here.
Yeah, it can be terraformed. I mean, we don't know yet, Andre. I think we don't know yet. Because it's a huge planet as well. So.
What, Mars?
So let's say you go to live on Mars, what would you miss most? Like, what would you miss most?
Didn't we? Whoa.
Are you doing okay? You're like that kid who we interviewed and you're like, I like turtles.
Didn't that movie say the core is the size of Mars?
The core of Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, probably, yeah, because I think it's smaller.
Good point. I was trying to show him last night a movie.
Still huge. But
what would it even be?
So the core, yes, the Earth's core is incredibly large. Its diameter is almost 7,000 kilometers or 4,400 miles. That means that if you extracted it and then set it next to other rocky planets, it is roughly the same size as the entire planet of Mars. Jimmy, I'm really impressed that you remembered that fact. Last night, I was like, Jimmy, watch this movie. Yeah, he remembered it.
That's so funny, Andre. I would miss energy drinks.
What would the countries be called if Mars had countries?
Well, I mean, that's a question. I mean, the bigger question first would be like, first of all, like we just, how do we set up internet there?
They separated.
What would a Mars city?
Like continents, like the shape of the continent.
Brent, can you search up like the shape of the continents on Mars? Mario said they've already
made models like with Mars.
Yeah.
Like mountains.
Is it the same design as like?
No, I mean you could find like some similarities, but it's just all theoretical.
Guys, so this is me going to the space shuttle.
Last night.
Yeah, this was last night. That's why Brent.
Yeah, no big deal.
That's why Brent was showing this guy because he was trying to find me.
This is Jimmy last night.
I
was like, "Where are you?" He was like, "Bro, I'm orbiting." I was like, "Orbiting what?" And he was like,
See,
"The
this is me right now.
planet." And I was like,
Flying in the cockpit.
Okay, I
There.
see.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet, John Scott. Yeah. Yeah.
And then this is Rowan right there. We'll just hop on the thing.
He was like, come on, bro. Wanna go orbit Earth?
Right.
Yep. And then yeah.
Jimmy Spaceman.
And this is me and Rowan going supersonic speeds through the.
They're not going to know who Rowan is, so you could just say my best friend.
Yeah, they do.
That's probably
everybody.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't want a bigger audience?
No.
I'm saying like we have to explain who Rowan is just for new people. That Rowan is your best friend. And I've got some really incredible footage. You guys stick around because we're going to show like some different depictions of Mars. So right now, if we were shown like what it would look like to have rockets land on the moon, but the bigger thing is like what?
Oh, have you guys watched the Magic School Bus?
No.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You haven't watched the Magic School Bus?
No.
It's a lot of fun.
The Magic School Bus literally like shows you like landing on the moon.
Okay.
Like how it does it. It's like a peanut.
Oh no, I haven't. No. Bonjour. Rico, bonjour.
So this is like near future. We're talking about like near future ideas here.
Yeah.
Right.
And then this other dude is
Hey Rico, how are you?
Actually, I don't know who that dude is. I think he was
John
the
Koenig can
guy.
answer all questions on his big base alpha, says warp speed.
I think
Bonjour, how are you?
Bonjour.
This dude was he came on board because he was like the electronic dude. We like fixed the electronics.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So this is like a concept for like a futuristic city here.
Yeah.
This is very much in the realm of like Fifth Element, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a futuristic city.
That's really fun there.
Oh yeah, you've been here?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Really? You're
hilarious. Chaotic. It looks kind of chaotic.
Well, yeah, you have to have a special license to fly those cars.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
That's funny.
And you have to at least be like 25 to get that license.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These are some different depictions, you know, of the Mars surface. And so like it's landing on Mars it's no easy task.
And I took my drone and I flew that.
Oh yeah.
That looks like the Grand Canyon.
A little bit, yeah.
A bit, yeah. It does.
Jimmy is Spock.
Mm-hmm.
Spock.
Jimmy, you sent me a picture of you on Mars. I remember that day. Yeah. They were young members.
So here's a depiction of like a woman who's on Mars and like kind of like what that could potentially look like.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's kind of interesting seeing the spaceships flying.
She had a spare room, so she let me sleep in her spare room.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Shadow. Hi, we're glad you're back.
Glad you're back.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seeing the sunset on Mars.
And then we would jump in that pool of water right there.
Water.
To go swimming. Yeah.
Did you have to leave your spacesuit on? Or?
Yeah, I leave your spacesuit on.
Bummer.
Yeah, see, Brent, look at David Young. Brent, Jimmy's telling the truth. I met him on
Here
Mars.
we have an idea here of like a monolith. Like finding a monolith on Mars here. So this is like some speculative art here. Seeing what that might look like.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this and it was so weird. It was just like a.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, it was so. It just stood there. I don't even know what it was.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mario, what am I supposed to do with that one?
Yeah.
Like I don't even.
but I think it's interesting because what I've noticed is like a picture a picture speaks 1,000 it's 1,000 words,
Yeah.
whatever the expression may
Guys,
be.
if you're gonna help me go to space more often, the donation stuff is down there scrolling.
Yeah.
This is like an idea of like it once it's like terraformed, like having like some basic civilization here. Now, obviously, this looks more like something you'd see like in New Mexico or Arizona, but someone did like an artwork here showcasing like some because you see the different solar panels.
We built like one little room there when I was there, and it didn't really go well.
Exactly.
What happened exactly, Jimmy? Tell us.
Well, since the gravity is pretty strong.
Actually, it would be less strong, right? Because on Mars, Mars is roughly the size of of the Earth's core, right? So, hey, Kiss of Life, hey Andre. So Mars is roughly the size of Earth's core. So there'd be less gravity.
No, I know. I'm talking about like the
so
gravity
it wouldn't
is
be
strong,
it wouldn't be like the moon.
Oh, and then there was Rowan. He was just sitting out there because he was just enjoying the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And he like crashed something so you can see the fire and stuff. Oh yeah.
I like these depictions. I mean,
that looks so real.
I think
maybe that's the Grand Canyon. That just
I think this
is like a reenactment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wait, no, it's not. That was drawn on the Mars. Yeah.
Jimmy's like, no, that happened.
That definitely was him. Yeah. This looks like a scene from.
That's why you guys didn't see me on stream yesterday.
That's right.
Because you were on another planet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about to show some different depictions.
What is Jimmy doing?
But what I've noticed is like, a picture speaks 1,000 words, because I could go on and on. But for a Mars city to work, it would need air, water, food, shelter, energy, medicine, laws, school, communication, transportation, waste systems, repairs, emergency plans, if there's anything to happen, psychological stability as well, and also just like a reason to stay, right?
Yeah.
You would need a reason to stay.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what would be your reason to stay on Mars?
There would be no reason. I do not want to stay there. I don't want to go there again.
You don't want to go back to Mars?
Not again.
So here's a depiction of Mars with, which is actually a very believable one, which has bots, right? They're like droids going with people. So this concept of like having droids go with people makes a lot of sense.
So as you can see, Rowan is the smaller one and I'm the taller one right there. And we're headed back to our little rooms area, a little room area. We're here talking about like, what are the droids gonna do?
So these are some different depictions of what the Mars surface could look like. Yeah, which is not too far away from like the red rocky surface on the Earth that we've seen before. But this is like the ultimate dream, right? And this is the beginning of the dream, because the dream is to more have an established settlement on Mars. But these are a Mars city would need, again. So what are the key things? Air, water, and by air I just mean like the environment, like
air,
an actual
water,
environment,
earth, fire.
Yes, all of that.
Medicine, laws,
fertile soil,
schools.
I mean, yeah, imagine the implications of.
And I'll be back. I need to go get my hair done.
Jobs, let's say. I would probably be like on the farming.
Well, the barber finally came and got my hair done. So, yeah.
Here, let me take this out so people can see.
I'm glad you went with something light
I'm glad you went with
and nothing too crazy.
a look that's very casual. Nothing
It's
too
very
wild.
casual, yeah.
You can pull up without any occasion.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think I would like to have some job related to agriculture in Mars, probably. Yeah.
Hold up, let me get my. Let me pay you. I forgot I had money up in here.
Supervisor to a battalion of minor droids sounds cool to me. I love that, John Scott. Yeah, like make sure everything.
Oh my god! Look what I found in my hair. Oh my god!
I was looking for that.
A critter? You found a critter in your hair?
Look at it! Look at it! Look at that! It looks so real.
All right, Mario. What job would you give Jimmy on Mars?
I would.
Can he be trusted with any jobs on Mars?
He would be like on the ships, on the rockets.
Oh my gosh!
He.
This was growing in my hair.
He would be.
Oh my gosh!
He would be checking everyone's. He would be checking everyone's interplanetary passports and making sure.
Hold up, let me just put this back in there because it's not ready yet.
What do you mean ready? It's not breath yet.
It's not bread. Is that what you're trying to say? It's
There
not,
we go.
it's not edible yet. So, chat. What job would you have on Mars? So that's the big thing. Let's say we actually get to Mars, we establish it, we create a Mars city.
Jimmy
What
be
would
the
you do
food
on
taster
Mars?
Oh wow.
Well, let's talk about that. Like, what would be the economics of Mars? Let's say that we fulfill. We've already gone through the scenario, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that we actually make it to Mars. Then the question is like, this is the question that people don't always ask, but going to Mars is not just a science project. It's an economic problem. So who pays for the rockets? Who pays for the fuel? Who pays for the habitants?
Me.
And the habitats themselves?
Me.
Who pays for the food?
Me.
No, you eat it. Who pays for the failed attempts, right? All the different failed attempts that are probably likely.
There's someone else there.
And who pays when something breaks?
Mario.
So the reason why the IPO matters is because massive dreams like this require massive capital. So massive dreams require massive, massive, massive capital.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
it's and you can't build a Mars city with vibes, right? You can't just build a Mars city with vibes. It has to be.
I mean, you could. You could, because
with that hair, you could convince yourself, but you can't build a Mars city with vibes. You need engineering, supply chains, factories, thousands of workers.
Yeah, I already have them stocked in right here in my hair.
Yeah,
they're already go.
Launch capacity, materials, computers.
Launch capacity, bro. I just eat some food. I go to that.
Organic fuel.
Look at that organic fuel.
That's hilarious. Did someone say organic fuel?
No, Mario did.
That's hilarious. Are you talking about taking a lift off?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh, you have some misfires here and there, but
with your hair, like I just can imagine the shampoo budget. But you would need engineering, supply chains, factories, thousands of workers, launch capacity, materials, computers, medicine, energy systems, and a lot of patience. So, Jimmy, why can't Elon Musk just pay for Mars himself?
Because
think about it. Why can't he just pay for this Mars thing himself? This is the reason for the IPO in the first place.
Because
so the IPO is the initial public offering, which is right now I guess I have to track and see where it's at, but it was at 1.8 billion or trillion, I should say, trillion with a T. Well, it's because, and here it is on screen, because the cost and complexity are too enormous for any one person's amount of money.
Baba need to come right now.
And building,
my hair is growing out so much.
And building systems require investors, customers, contracts, and markets. Yeah,
but I can't even drink my drink.
Even someone with hundreds of billions of dollars couldn't do it alone. So this is actually a really clever way of going about it. It's by doing an IPO.
I mean, it's as you mentioned. It's not that he has like $1 trillion on his bank account. It's more like the company's value is that it's
right. Exactly. So, if Mars becomes real, the Mars dream, who should control it? Companies, government, scientists, or the people living there?
all of them.
Me.
Jimmy.
Or will it basically look like the systems that we see here on Earth? That's the question.
I think
will it
all of
look
them.
like the systems
I'm running
that we
for
see on Earth?
president.
I would vote for you,
Yeah, you should.
but I'm Mexican.
You're Mexican.
OMG, God help Mars.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Now you can't even see me.
Mm-hmm.
Even more.
Jimmy, where did you go?
Hold on, let me come out.
Oh, there he is.
There's Bob. I need to come right now. I need to get my.
So
line up.
we typically get our haircuts live here on. So did they come? Did the barber actually come?
What?
He hasn't.
I don't know, Brent. Is he at the front door?
I meant to say, did he respond?
Me, no habla español, so I give it to Mario because he's a Mexican.
He hasn't seen the message.
He hasn't seen the message.
Okay, no worries.
So we're just gonna go out to a barber and ask if they can cut my hair like this.
I thought you were gonna say it.
I have damaged hair, so my hair keeps on falling out.
It's because of the curling going on in.
Look at this. It's falling out. Look at that. I gotta push it back in.
Yeah, you don't want to miss any of that.
All right, Jimmy, go on the TV and see if they can hear me. If you can hear music during this.
Okay.
Thank you so much. He's got a big wig going on. You guys, let us know if you can hear any music. All right, I think we're also seeing an evolution in the spacesuit as well. Right?
Yes.
So like the spacesuit is less cumbersome.
Even the spacesuits have a cost, like a very high cost. So
they do.
Yeah, they're very like made to space, so it makes sense that they also are pricey. Gizmo said there is no music, but he said it's fine. Thank you, chat, for letting us know. Oh, the wig. Good my vote. Thank you, John Scott.
Let's see. I just changed the input. Now can y'all hear music now? Let me know.
You all hear music now?
I'm gonna assume not, but this is like a futuristic like way of like keeping things on the planet, like pools of water.
Yeah.
Ways of maybe even potentially waste. Potentially.
Like storing or water, yeah.
So there's the game has started, I guess. Has the game started? The soccer game?
I think it was at 7. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I can hear you, but not the music.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy, for letting us know.
Yeah. I could hear super.
Jimmy had a big
Have you been wearing a wig all this time?
Yeah. No, I got a fit.
I think you sure. Yes, it's at 7. The game is at 7.
What, the World Cup? USA? Right?
Yeah.
USA is gonna win.
So if this is going to work, right? So if the economics of Mars is going to work, then companies have to move fast. Governments provide law and legitimacy. Scientists have to understand all of the risks involved, and the residents of this potential Mars city, they need rights, right? And so it's hard to say what your rights are going to be when there's limited resources. Like if you can't even leave your little space bubble, then what kind of rights do you have? So no one really knows yet. So
Right.
who would be a good first governor of Mars?
Oh, me for sure.
Jimmy.
Yeah, well, it depends, right?
I mean, yeah, that would be like a.
But we're entering like this idea, the philosophy of leaving Earth in the first place.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
which is a really tall order. Let's put the wig away for now, since it's such a serious topic. Your Earth, your hair is the size of Mars. It looks like right now. But the philosophy of leaving Earth itself, that's a big tall order.
Oh, the food's here, brother.
So now we get to the part that is bigger than business. Why do humans explore in the first place? Why cross oceans? Why climb mountains? Why go to the moon? Why send robots to Mars? Why risk anything when staying home is safer? That's what a lot of people are arguing, right? Yeah. So why leave in the first place if it's so safe here on Earth, right? Yeah. So if it's so safe, why leave?
Well, we've seen that it's not so safe anymore, right? So probably that's one of the reasons, and also it's just, I think at the end of the day, it's also just like the human spirit, the way humans
absolutely
have also learned to deal with their bigger willingness to be historical. Yeah.
Right. Well, human beings are strange. We are practical, but we are also restless. So we build homes and then we look beyond them. Yeah. We create cities and then we wonder what's across the sea. We reach the moon and then we ask what comes after the moon. So exploration is not always rational in the short term. It is expensive, dangerous, and sometimes wasteful. But across history, exploration has changed civilization. So here's a question for Jimmy. Is exploring worth it if some people fail? Is exploring worth it? Like if we know going in that people are going to fail?
Yes.
Well, why?
Because people need to explore because they know a lot about the Earth.
Well, it depends on the cost, the purpose, and whether people understand the risks. Do people like truly understand the risks?
I was going to say that.
So Andrea says yes. And then David Young is making a prediction about the World Cup, saying Portugal will win the cup.
Portugal will win, yes.
All right, Mario, would you rather humanity spend more money fixing Earth or exploring space?
I mean, both can be done, I think. Both can be...
That's a good answer.
Both can be achievable, and obviously
He's like, but what if you only get one?
Well, then I would fix Earth's problems because we are still like on a theoretical point of Mars in space. Right. So I think it would be, if there's only one chance, I mean, if there's only one possibility, then I would fix Earth's problems.
Right. Still no music, right, guys? You guys don't hear music?
Jimmy, how did the game tie 1-1 today? Who played today?
I can cook a roast.
But yeah, that is a serious debate though. And Mars is inspiring, but Earth is still home. So like taking care of Earth is like a priority, right?
Yeah.
The other things still no music.
Okay, no worries. So chat, should humanity focus on Earth first, or Mars first, or both?
Oh, I don't even want to watch that anyway.
Jimmy, I think that's the tough part about having a country that people don't understand your name, because he's referring to a comment about a country like Bosnia Herzegovina.
No, I was like, I didn't even want to watch that anyway.
Right, but it's also because if you're unfamiliar, right, with the country, it would make sense that you wouldn't be like super duper invested. Let's say.
Hi, Jesse James.
Hey, Jesse James, how are you?
There is no scenario where Mars is more habitable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have this argument going on.
But the barber don't want to do nothing. He don't want to get there, and he want to watch the World Cup because
Jimmy's gone into country bumpkin mode.
Because
But yeah, everyone's saying Earth first.
Wait, Davion, why are they not going to penalty shootout?
it will cost trillions. Yes,
That's right.
Jesse James. We are discussing the idea of.
We're discussing the idea if we want to go travel to the Mars next for our next video.
Exactly.
I think
Jesse James, good point.
It'll cost trillions of dollars, so we need you to donate on there on the scroll wheel right there.
If they can't hear music, then I'm gonna see if I can play something. I've got this like beautiful melodic music that's been playing for me the whole time. But this wouldn't be the first time.
I had to use the radio because I've been drinking too much H2O.
I read your question. Personally, I haven't read that book.
What is a question about like a particular?
He was asking Averell if you read Cosmic Connection by Carl Sagan.
Good book. I've read clips of it, but Carl Sagan is the one who wrote the book that inspired the movie Contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's right, Andre. You had to go to the bathroom. So this is one of the first images that we first started off with was this here.
Yeah.
This is a rocket here that's landing. Can you guys hear any music? I mean, if you can hear any music, but here's a rocket landing on the moon here. And this is like a theoretical imagery here.
Moon landing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That we've got going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice depiction of how we think it would be to have a colony on the moon.
Yeah.
That's the idea we were discussing. Yeah. It would be pretty cool, Andre, I think.
Are y'all saying yes to the music? You can hear music?
Let us know if you can hear the music, guys. Let us know. Do you think they will have taco trucks?
That's a good question. If they're going to have taco trucks.
I mean,
that's right. It's a step by step, says Rico. That's right. It's going to take time.
If one crew arrival on Mars, even if they can back. Right? That's what Jesse James was speaking about a little bit. Like there would probably be some sacrifices, quote unquote sacrifices, right? Needed to be made in order for humanity to accomplish it.
Yeah, definitely. There's some sacrifice. There's a lot of money that's going to be poured into it to make that dream a reality.
Yeah, resources. But it's all, yeah, I mean, at this point, I would say it's still theoretical. So.
Still theoretical at this point, but we've got some different versions of what this could look like here. So we've got some people on the Mars surface here, and like with some depictions on what that would look like. And all the, the IPO, all this stuff is like leading to this point, leading to this potentiality, right, to fund this. So this is the big dream here, is for interplanetary travel. And then ultimately interstellar travel. But we've got to start somewhere. All right, so they can hear the music. Amazing. First of all, I'm so glad. Listen, it's like small steps over here for me as well. They're like small steps for man, one giant leap for mankind. And some people might think of it as the opposite way around. But if you think about it, it's like for mankind itself, it is going to the moon was, it was such a huge feat. So it's like, what's next is the big question. Like, what is next, right?
Yeah.
So Mario, what I've noticed is that when they have your media library over here, you can play things, but you've got to. Here's some different theoretical ideas of what the Mars surface could look like. But you gotta like load it separately, or maybe you can help me find a way how we're going to show this.
Yeah.
So you guys were watching this earlier this year.
Yeah.
So this was like a theoretical like crash landing on Mars. I think this is actually a real person. I don't think this is a computer generated image, but this is like an acting scenario here where someone's in their orange jumpsuit here, kind of after a crash landing. We have various depictions of the lunar or the Mars surface, I should say.
Yeah, we do.
And what that would look like. And Mario, did you learn that today that the Earth's nucleus is the same size as Mars?
Yeah, I knew Mars was smaller, but not how smaller.
So Jesse James says it's a child's dream. That's the debate. Like, is it a child's dream? Is it too far away from like any realistic, from being realistic? Those are the questions that we're asking ourselves.
That's interesting.
Which part?
There's a cloud that looks exactly like a UFO.
Outside?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's a UFO.
It's like huge.
That's the plot of that's the plot of the movie.
We'll have to see. Yeah.
Like, it's literally huge. Look. You see that?
I think I see it.
There's like,
When Jimmy was years. You put Jimmy next to a window and he will open it no matter what. All right, so now we're going to talk about the dark side of the dream. So what could go wrong? Every big dream has a shadow. Have you ever heard that expression? Every big dream has a shadow. So if we are going to talk about Mars, honestly, we have to talk about what could potentially go wrong, particularly now, as we're talking about investors. One of these cameras is out. It's the Jimmy Kim. Jimmy Kim is out. It's like, what could go wrong? Well, investors could overpay. Mars could take longer than promised. Rockets fail. Starlink competition increases, which is almost an inevitability at this point, right? Space becomes militarized, which it already has to an extent.
Why? Because
one company becomes too powerful. Public hype outruns reality. Mars settlement becomes unsafe. Earth problems get ignored. And the dream depends too much on one person.
Bye, Jesse James.
So those are all some potentialities there.
Bye, Jesse James.
So Jimmy, what scares you more, the rockets exploding or one company becoming too powerful?
Rockets exploding.
So it scares you more than like one company becoming too powerful?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
why?
Because if I'm in that rocket.
Well, right. I mean, if you're in the rocket, sure. That makes sense. All right, Mario, would you trust a private company to build the first city on another planet?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you could trust like a corporation. What do you guys think in the chat? Can we trust a private company to build the first city on another planet?
I mean, they will obviously need, help from the scientists and the.
Right, but those said scientists would be employed by a private employer, right?
Yeah.
David Young said he texted me directly. He said we should do a fundraiser
That's what like we are doing one. We just haven't been saying it.
Where we go.
It's a low key fundraiser.
Where we go to Dallas to go see a World Cup game.
Is there a World Cup? Was one of the games in Dallas?
Yeah. At the AT&T Stadium.
Mario, what scares you more? The rocket exploding or one company becoming way too powerful?
Probably the company becoming way too powerful.
Yeah, because it would be a systemic problem, right? It wouldn't just be like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have our little final exam here. All right.
Okay. Locked in.
Are you locked in?
Mm-hmm. Locked in.
All right, so final exam. Jimmy and Mario, I'm gonna ask questions. Chat, you guys vote. Who gives the better answer? All right, what is an IPO?
Initial public offering. It's when a company goes.
I don't know why I always forget the first one, but I know the last one.
It's initial public offering. Okay.
Initial public offering. It's when a company goes public in the sense that they
Yes.
put the company's value up for sale or particulars to acquire a piece of said company.
Okay.
Like a portion of said company.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Jimmy, do you have anything you want to add to that about what an IPO is?
No, that's good.
Okay, so then Mario definitely gets that point.
Mm-hmm.
What is a valuation? What is a company's valuation?
Valuation is how much you could get for that company if you sold it.
Okay, Mario, do you have another interpretation of that?
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's a good answer. Yeah, it's the process of like seeing how.
It's not really an evaluation. Yeah, I mean it's go on.
Well, yeah.
It could be a process.
Company is valued at. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
so
market.
Jimmy gets the point.
Yeah, it's the market's estimate of what the whole company is worth. Yeah. All right. So does a $1.8 trillion valuation mean SpaceX has $1.8 trillion in cash?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
It just means it's worth 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have it in cash. They have it in other stuff like rockets and
assets.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason why the valuation has gone through the roof is because people are believing that the stock price will be worth much more in the future, right? So people are willing to pay a premium, right? So why are they willing to pay a premium?
Because they see the potential there. Like they see the conditions and the value that company will be at in the future.
Right. All right. And also there's the investor premium. What's the investor premium?
It's the investor premium.
Like there's an investor premium, like the founder premium. Sorry. What's the founder premium?
The founder.
Like when you really trust the founder of a company, like let's say Steve Jobs, right? So if there's a founder, kind of like Elon Musk is not too far away from that kind of. In fact, you could argue that his dream is much bigger. Instead of putting the computer in your pocket, he's saying we need to travel to other planets. So that's like the founder premium.
Oh, it's like the person.
You believe so much in one individual.
Yeah, that it's so important to said company that it comes. Yeah, that he can get the chance or the possibility to be
right.
To still be the head of it. Yeah.
So, why would investors pay so much for SpaceX? So investors, today is the IPO.
They know it's going to skyrocket in price.
Okay. Yeah, they're betting on future growth, rockets, Starlink, infrastructure, government contracts, and Mars all panning out. Exactly. All right. So why is Starlink important for this IPO?
Starlink is important because you can have internet anywhere in the country, the world.
The whole world, right? Not just the country.
It's an internet in space, so they're reaching from anywhere.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add to that, Mario?
Well, it creates the infrastructure to have connectivity, which is such a big thing in today's world, because you cannot be like isolated, right? So,
yeah, it creates satellite internet infrastructure and recurring revenue. So it's a recurring revenue. So it's a revenue that comes again and again and again. So it's not just like about putting it up there, but there are already people like us who are willing to pay for Starlink.
Yeah.
Right. So it creates a recurring revenue model. So why is SpaceX not just a rocket company? Why is SpaceX not just a rocket company?
Because it would be almost like a waste, quote unquote, to not see the potentiality of a bigger project, right? Because you could have the vehicles, but if you don't have the, let's say, the roads, as we mentioned, or like the connectivity infrastructure, then it becomes harder for your company to achieve the.
That's right.
Like the bigger goal.
That's right. It's trying to build space infrastructure, launch satellites, internet, defense, and eventually put cities on Mars.
The UFO is gone.
So Jimmy saw a UFO, and now he's saying the UFO is gone. All right. What is the biggest argument for SpaceX being a genius bet? Like, what is the biggest argument for SpaceX being a genius bet? Like, buying now, even if you're paying a premium.
Because it's the leading company, and it's proven to have like results, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could dominate the entire future space economy, right? It could dominate the entire future space economy, which is a huge deal. It's a very, very big deal, and it's starting to look that way. So it sounds like it's actually not crazy, but like a very safe bet for investors. What would a Mars city need to survive, Jimmy?
I need oxygen, power, food, hospital, education, medicine.
Do you think we take a lot of this stuff for granted? Do you think we take a lot of this stuff for granted because it took us thousands of years to establish these things on Earth?
Yes.
Okay. So is Elon Musk a genius, a gambler, or both?
All of them. All of the above.
All of the above? Yeah, this is definitely a personal answer as to what you think. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys can leave a comment and we'll leave it on screen.
Let us know your thoughts, guys. Yeah.
All right, Mario, explain the IPO, the SpaceX IPO, in one sentence. From like what you've learned today and what you've heard.
Well, it's in one sentence, so.
It could be like it could be an elongated sentence.
Yeah. Like the.
Or a paragraph, or an essay. Essays are way better.
A sentence. Let's start with a sentence. Like the biggest, most important aerospatial company puts itself out for public acquiring.
Yeah.
In order for it to grow the company's value, while also trying to achieve its goal of reaching space as a more tangible business model. Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, you explain to me what the space IPO means. What do you think it means for the future? Because this is actually a historic day. Many people are saying this day will go down in history, and it happens to be the same day that Disclosure Day comes out by Steven Spielberg. But what do you think, Jimmy? What does the SpaceX IPO mean to you? Or what do you think it will mean for humanity?
What?
What do you think it will mean for humanity?
I like turtles. I don't know.
People are saying, get that poor child an education. Mario, how much of this do you think he's going to retain onto this information?
I do a lot. I just don't talk. So
so you can absorb the information.
I think he's the kind of people who needs to like process and learn on his
own.
Not his own, but like on like
its,
to have
it.
Are you calling me an it?
No,
yeah, I'm laughing at
no.
It's.
I mean,
I'm leaving. I'm done.
People who reflect on what it's just learned for it to like process up to process the knowledge. So he just doesn't know how to explain it. So, but I know he knows it. So it's just
right? Mari, I want you to be next time behind the desk so you can see all these clips, like how,
Yeah.
like it's interesting, like how you add the clips here.
Oh, thank you guys for watching.
Harder.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. All right.
What?
So this is the final debate for humanity.
I thought you said the other one was the final debate.
So listen up.
What's up, Rob?
All right. Will humans live on Mars in Jimmy's lifetime? Will humans live on Mars in Jimmy's lifetime? Hey, Rob. What about a currency? That's a good question. So if we go to Mars, what would be the currency on that planet? That's a really good question.
I think it's $100.
Rob, speaking of dollars,
Rob,
Rob is our biggest contributor. So thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Yes.
we need $1,000 to go camping so that we can pay for everything.
But he makes a really good point, a really good question. Like, what would the currency be? I would imagine it would be the dollar, especially considering that SpaceX is a company that's going into space here. So we're seeing some different footage here. This is of a rocket launch. Now, the latest rockets don't quite look like this. They don't necessarily need that little pointy thing at the end. The new ones are a bit smoother. And they have those little controlled gliding mechanisms.
I saw a video.
At the bottom.
Elon Musk made his rocket ships more pointed because of a movie.
Yeah, he said they would look cooler. I remember him saying that.
He did it because of a movie. Like, I forgot which movie, but they're like saying.
I think he said it would look cooler. I think he made a point to say it would look cooler. Here's footage of a rocket leaving Earth. And then here's just some interdimensional fun here. All right, so technology is the reason why many people think that humans could potentially live on Mars in Jimmy's lifetime is technology is accelerating. SpaceX is lowering launch costs. Governments and companies are collaborating more and more. And human ambition is in many ways more powerful than ever in terms of these major companies. Maybe the average person's ambition is actually lower, but the people who are super ambitious are more ambitious than ever. But here are the arguments for why it couldn't happen is that Mars is hostile, costs are extremely high, and biology and psychology are difficult. So like even just the psychology of it. Let's say that we get there biologically, like we're able to make it happen. Just the simple psychology of the people being on Mars.
Yeah.
Like they're just afraid that people will go crazy.
Yes.
Being on the planet, right?
Yeah, because it would be.
Yeah, I mean, these are really big ideas that we're entertaining here, right? Very, very big.
Yeah.
And hi, Rob. We're so glad you're here. But Rob, what do you think? Do you think there'll be a Mars currency? Because I love your question. And then it would need to be a self-sustaining civilization, which is very hard. It's harder than even the landing. So having this self-sustaining civilization on Mars, that's harder than even getting there. So that's our first question is, will humans live on Mars in Jimmy's lifetime? Jimmy is this little kid over here who's been eating and just opening windows, closing his eyes, being a 14-year-old.
It's reflecting.
Yeah, it's reflecting for real.
Jimmy, you are reflecting. You are not meant to be. You're not supposed to be.
And the next question is, while you guys answer this one, will humans live on Mars in Jimmy's lifetime? The next question is, should Mars be private or public? Should Mars be private or public?
I think it's public.
Yeah.
But only if you can like.
I mean.
Are you gonna say public only if you can pay for it? Tell us what you were gonna say. I'm curious.
I mean, the idea behind every new planet migration between Earth and other planet should be public. I think because that's the idea of like keeping humanity's.
Isn't it kind of a fallacy though that like public means it's like safer? Like
I mean
it's
public
safer
would mean
and,
cheaper.
it's safer in private in public funds.
Oh, you mean funds?
Well, I mean like obviously it sounds better for it to be public, right? Like the people. Like give it to the people.
People want to know the truth.
Yeah, that's a phrase right now. We say the people want to know the truth. But yeah, the idea that it's like public, right? Like at least it should be for the public good, right?
Yeah.
But then there's always concern because there's so much money going into this, right? So there's concern about like corruption, things like that. So Rob, what do you think? Did he have a take on what kind of currency it would be?
I have to use the restroom again. I've been drinking too much water.
I don't think it's about money when it comes to wars. It's about the trade that you have to offer. Like how more confident.
I actually don't think man would ever be able to live on Mars. Yeah, Rob, you make a good point, and that's what we're discussing here. Is like how far-fetched of an idea is it, right? And I think you're not alone in that belief. A lot of people are with you, which is why a lot of people, that number, that $1.8 trillion, that's the ultimate goal is to get to Mars. And so this is not just about satellites, it's not just about rockets, and it's not just about like the immediate future, but it's about the long-term future, like where, humanity is headed. So we're asking these big questions.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're probably not on their lifetimes, but yeah.
Yeah, it's very debatable. So the last question was, should Mars be private or public? And I think most people overwhelmingly said public in the chat. Most people, like, they overwhelmingly said like it should be public. The only question is like, would that be any safer? Here's the difference. Private would be faster innovation, stronger incentives, and there'd be less bureaucracy. But if it was public, then there's more accountability, which would be theoretically good. There'd be more laws and rights applied, and then there'd be public interest. But again, it'd be slower. And this is also why we're seeing the space age right now. It's being privatized, right? And this is why we're seeing such rapid acceleration, is because it has been privatized. It's because up until just recently, all of this space exploration was between like the USSR and the US government, right? Or the Chinese government. So I think it's, in many ways, it seems like it's going to be mostly private. I'm sure there'll be government oversight, things like that. Is it even moral to spend money on Mars when Earth has so many problems? This is something we were discussing earlier.
I mean,
Mario, you gotta pretend you're like the news analyst. You're on the panel, and we invite you to the news channel every day.
Yeah. Well, I think
you're like, this is my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to it.
I think if it's like your private money, I think, go for it. For governments, I would say probably if your society is like in need, probably do something a little bit to fix that, and then you probably can. I mean, coming from our government point of view, right? But if it's like your own money, then go for it, I would say.
So there was Shark Boy. We'll see about the moon. Says, I think you might find humans to visit, but why would someone want to without conditions there? Oxygen, extreme cold, etc. Yeah, exactly, Rob. That's the question. That's the ultimate question. Is it a good use?
Having to wear a spacesuit.
Well, that they want to do what's called terraforming, right? So terraforming is where you take the planet and you terraform it, meaning you make it more Earth-like. So the arguments for is it morals? Exploration drives innovation. Humanity needs long-term vision. Space technology can help Earth. And then the Earth first argument is that Earth is the only home we have.
Yeah.
And that resources are already limited. And that there's a lot of human suffering going on right now. And there's a balanced debate. Like, great civilizations can solve problems and explore at the same time.
Yeah,
which is key. We've got to explore.
Yeah.
All right. Is SpaceX IPO, is it more about money or is it more about human destiny?
Human destiny.
Probably human destiny. but I mean, the answer is both. Probably more.
Jimmy, I would rather live in that house in Texas than live in
I'm
Mars.
sure he agrees with you.
Oh yeah. 100%.
This is what Rob. This is why we're here. This is ultimately a fundraiser at the end of the day.
100%, Rob.
But we haven't asked because we're just trying to create compelling content. Yes, explorers. That's what we are.
That's right, John Scott.
Yeah, we are explorers. We're 100% explorers. We're exploring the heavens. We're seeing what's next. Many people say it's about money because investors want returns, Wall Street wants growth, and the public market wants profit. But some people are saying it's really about ultimately destiny, if not both. The Musk frames SpaceX around Mars. That's how he likes to frame it. Space exploration is about civilization, at least expanding it. The company's story is bigger than normal business. So this is about creating also a narrative around a brand, right? A huge narrative around a brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
My next question is, will Jimmy ever be the new owner of a PS6? I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will if it comes out. The life cycle of those consoles are around 7 years. So we have like a year or two for the next one. All right, here's our lightning round. And if you guys, we haven't asked for any support from the audience, but Mark Sands, Rob,
Hi,
if
Mark
anybody would like to
Sands.
support the channel, it's on the scroll. But we haven't
Mark
asked anybody
Sands.
the whole time. But if you guys would like to support, this is the time. All right, so this is the lightning round. So now we're going to the chat, super chat, a question, and we'll ask Jimmy and Mario. All right. All right. So ultimately, like, would you live on Mars? If it had reasonable accommodations. Jimmy, would you live on Mars?
No.
All right, chat. You guys, it's open to you as well. Chat. You guys can. Andre says he doesn't even have a PS5. But you're not alone. A lot of people weren't able to buy that console. It was not cheap. All right. All right, Mario. So what you said you would want to work in agriculture if you were working in?
If I had to choose, yeah.
Wouldn't you be? I would be like well, personally, I would be the guy walking around like just documenting everything. I'd be afraid to like fall into a hole because I already do that now. Like following Jimmy around, I bang my head into things. I walk into walls, fall off little cliffs, things like that. Is SpaceX overvalued? What do you think, Mario? Jimmy's probably too young to have an opinion on that.
I mean, probably not, because these people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're obviously.
Or is that made that some people argued that that's like a false argument, right? Like these people know what they're doing. like maybe they don't.
I mean,
because ultimately it's the people, right?
Yeah.
The people who are creating this huge valuation.
Okay. Yeah. Well, even then, I will probably say no. I mean, we talk about the idea of or more like the concept of $1 trillion, and yes, it's hard to wrap your head around it. So, I mean, and it's the first company. No, well, not the first one, but yeah, it's like not seeing so many. I mean, we don't see so many examples on it, but I mean, probably no.
Yeah,
because the company is valued at over $1 trillion or similar in that regard. So they probably.
What do you mean? If I'm around, he will. What do you mean, Rob?
Yeah. Oh.
Let's see what his answer is.
Yes, that is
all right.
correct.
Do you guys want to hear? There's a very small list of what companies are worth over $1 trillion. So
But let me guess. How many are there? Wait, how many are there?
There's slightly over 12.
Okay, here we go. So Apple and SpaceX.
Okay.
All
right, so we're gonna see which companies are. You guys, there are ways to support the channel in this scroll as well. Jimmy, you know we look after you.
Google.
That's right, Gizmo. So true.
Google.
Okay, Google, also known as Alphabet.
Microsoft.
Is that grape juice? It's like grape drink. It's like a mix of water.
Okay, Microsoft.
So yeah, Apple, Microsoft, Google, also known as Alphabet, and then I mentioned one earlier, Nvidia.
Also, Sony? No.
Can you believe it? No, but it makes sense that it's not because of everything that's been going on as of late. Samsung,
Walmart,
Eli Lilly.
Eli Lilly.
Eli Lilly is a pharmaceutical. Tesla, Broadcom, Berkshire Hathaway, which is
Amazon.
like Amazon, Meta Platforms, which is Facebook, Taiwanese Semiconductor Manufacturing, or TSMC. There's Saudi Aramco. There's Micron Technology. And then there's SK Hinks. I think that's South Korea. I think it's like kind of like a Berkshire Hathaway type of company.
Oh, is Ford?
No, because the profits are there's not a lot of profit because it costs so much to build a car. There's not as much profit as you would think.
An F-150 is like the most.
So what do you guys think will happen if the Mars experiment, like if it fails? Like what will happen?
It would be hard to tell, but probably some sort of economic, probably not the kind that's lowering of the economic probably activity.
Yeah, it could be like the internet, right? There was an internet boom, right? There was an internet boom. Everybody was investing like crazy. Everybody was investing like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then there was the bust.
Thank you. Rob, you want to help me get that house?
Let's make it happen. Do you think America, China, or private companies will dominate space? Or a mix? I think that we're seeing today, like that right now, it probably will, the major player will be SpaceX, right? In terms of like who is dominating space. Probably hand in hand with the United States, but I'm obviously China will have a role in that. Mari, what are your thoughts on
I think a combination, because the government can still be like a part of it by, also providing the infrastructure that's already, for example, NASA. I guess that there's, or there could be some sort of interconnection there. So maybe I would say both could. But obviously, it would make sense for private companies to be more interested in it,
right?
Because they also have less things to. I mean, for example, the GDP gets divided by education, by health, public spending, and everything. So private companies are only more focused on a certain area of said knowledge. So I think they are ultimately more interested in also developing their own technologies and making it happen.
Right. So do you think is this like, I guess for many people there's obviously a lot going on right now with the World Cup. Oh, I guess this is too easy then, but what would be bigger, the moon landing or people landing on Mars?
People landing on Mars.
I think we have to admit, like, people landing on Mars would be a much bigger feat.
Oh, Dave Young, he said Jimmy.
I saw that. Go on, say it.
Jimmy and Brent, can I post a link for the house refunders into it?
Yeah. And you can also, I think you just had to put the address in because I don't think it'll let you put a link.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was the SpaceX IPO explained, Elon Musk, Mars, and the $1.8 trillion bet. We started off with the financial headline, but this was never really about an IPO. And Jimmy, what's an IPO stand for?
I can't remember the first part. I don't know why.
It's because it's funny because it's the first part is initial public offering. Rob, we don't need a PS6 and we need housing money. So but PS6 sounds fun. All right, so
Davey Young, that link doesn't work. Just put in the address.
Yeah. but it was never really about money. It was more about understanding.
Never mind, David. It works.
Risk, technology, rockets, satellite, internet, Wall Street, Elon Musk, Mars, and the question of whether humanity is willing to fund dreams that sound impossible before they become obvious. So maybe SpaceX is a genius bet. Maybe it's overhyped, or maybe it's a little bit of both.
Maybe Shark War.
But what makes it fascinating is that this is one of the rarest business stories in human history. Jimmy, do you understand the SpaceX IPO better now?
Yeah.
What does IPO stand for?
Initial public offering.
Very good.
That's good.
Very, very good. If we accomplish something, we accomplish that.
Oh my God.
Rob, does that deserve a Venmo? All right, Mario, final verdict. Genius bet, bubble, or both?
Well, I think both, but I think it depends on the technology and if we are capable of terraforming or even beginning with the process of conquering space, let's say, space or solar system, let's say. So I would say both, but it depends on how it turns out in terms of the actual reality of what will happen eventually.
So chat, you guys let us know. Do you think that people paying for this IPO, buying shares, is it a genius bet? Is it a bubble? Or is it potentially both? Let us know your comments.
There is no chat.
Shark, I don't know what you're asking. When are you coming? Do you know Shark?
He wants me.
Come where? So if you're new here, this is Brent Explains, and we're a new channel. We're doing smart conversations about business, technology, culture, history, media, civilization, and the future, without making it boring, doing the best we can. So you guys subscribe to Brent Explains and subscribe to Jimmy Explores. Like the stream, don't forget to like the video. And if you're watching the replay, comment, would you live on Mars? Answer the question, would you live on Mars?
Let us know, guys.
Shark, we'll see you about coming to visit.
But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to like the video. Let us know now what are your thoughts and if you think that we will get there in our lifetimes, maybe, or where we will get in our lifetimes.
Like, are we gonna make it happen? Let's see.
Yes. So what are your thoughts, guys? Let us know. I got a whooping 5 shares feel on a back to the order over lunch. John Scott,
did you actually get 5 shares? That's amazing.
Some of these terms feel like
I'd be curious.
I take a Mario.
Thank you.
Send us a share.
From what?
Let us know, John Scott. Some of these words feel a little bit like complex for me.
Say that last part again?
Some of these words feel a bit complex to me, like pullback. I guess that's when.
Oh, like pull back, meaning like he's like I was like you were doing something and then you had to pull back. Like I was having too many drinks, so I had to pull back.
Okay.
Meaning like not.
I thought it was referring to some.
Let's see.
Like stock term.
Thank you guys for watching.
All right, see, Jim Bray, I have my address. I would give it to you, David. Da-da-da.
Too young for stocks and shares. Andre,
I know.
I mean, you can start right as you turn 18.
Yeah.
I'm 19. You're 19, right? So you can. No, you're not too young. You can start doing your research.
All right, this is our final. I'm gonna ask these final questions. That way, if anyone wants to leave a Venmo to help us out, that'd be amazing. But tell us, Jimmy. What company builds Falcon rockets and starships?
SpaceX.
That's right.
Correct.
All right. What is a valuation?
Valuation is how much the company is worth.
The estimated value of the company.
That's right. Yeah, the estimated value of a company. The market, what the market thinks a company is worth. All right. What does NASA stand for? What does NASA stand for?
National Association.
National Aeronautics.
National Aeronautic.
Space Association.
Administration.
Oh, administration.
Administration. That's right. NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
We actually have a NASA.
What is the closest planet to Earth on average over
Mars.
time?
Mercury?
Actually, Mercury.
No, sorry.
Mercury. It's Mercury.
To Earth or
It's
Sun?
Mercury.
No, you're right.
Oh.
To Earth. Like over the course of like the orbit, Mercury is closer.
Okay.
But Mars and Venus are often thought as our neighbors. All right. What planet is called the red planet?
Mars.
What planet is called the red planet? You're right. It's Mars.
Mars.
Right. Why is Mars red?
Ooh,
Why
because
is
it's-
Mars red? Jimmy, this is the final stretch. So stay in here. Why is Mars red? You guys give it a go. Give it a go.
because
Why
of
is Mars red?
Because of the soil. I think it's
Yeah.
the color of the soil.
It's basically rust because it's iron oxide. So it's rust.
Okay.
All right. And then Jimmy, why are reusable rockets important?
We don't have to build new rockets for even more money.
That's right. It's cheaper,
Yeah. That's
right? Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Rob.
He's not even. Okay. Hey, Rob. Thank you, Rob, so much.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
What does it mean when a company goes public? What does it mean when a company goes public?
And you can buy shares from that company.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like they put out their sales for
For sale, kind of.
sale. Yeah. No, yeah, but for people to acquire shares. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it shares can trade on the public stock market.
Mhm.
So why might investors care about Starlink? So like investors of SpaceX, because Starlink is a part of SpaceX.
Mhm.
So why might investors care about Starlink?
Because it provides connectivity infrastructure, and a lot of things rely on connectivity, and that the connectivity that Wi-Fi provides in the internet. So, yeah.
Let's do it on your white shirt.
Yeah, it can generate recurring revenue.
It is.
All right. What is a bubble in financial markets? What is a bubble in financial markets?
When something gets too expensive and it pops.
It's like the idea of overpricing
Uh-huh.
the thing in hopes that the value would get there eventually, but not actually turning that valuable.
Mhm.
And so it creates the effect of the bubble popping because the prices like reduce them dramatically. And
Thank you, Rob.
yeah, thank you, Rob. And
Thank you, Rob.
Slow.
Rob, we will check right now.
Thank you,
All
Rob.
right.
It slows the.
Jimmy, you can go get my phone. It's when prices the prices rise far above the underlying value because of speculation.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So why is Mars hard to live on? Why would you say Mars is hard to live on?
Oh, because the atmosphere is different. It's gosh, what is this word? It's hard to live there. The conditions are not there yet, so
Mhm.
it's far. And by far I mean it's quite isolated from Earth.
Big storm cloud right above us.
Yeah, there's a big storm cloud right above us. Yesterday, like with the whole house flooded.
But yeah, it's a very hostile planet. So
Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much.
thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, so it's atmosphere, radiation, the cold, low gravity,
Oh, wow.
no breathable air, and limited resources.
It's
Yeah.
literally right
That would be
above
the
us.
answer, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy, do you want to take one of the cameras and show? The sky. We can end with the sky cam.
Thank you so much, Rob.
What would a Mars colony need first? What would a Mars colony need first?
For me, is there an?
I mean, yeah, there's like a tangible answer, but obviously,
I would think atmosphere. But
yeah,
I guess also like the chance for it to be for it to have agriculture or some sort of food supply.
right. Yeah, air, water, energy, shelter, food, safety systems.
Yeah.
And why are satellites important?
Why are satellites what? Sorry.
Satellites. Why are satellites important in our modern age?
Because they help us study Earth first.
Mhm.
They are also used for communication. What's the word? What's the precise word? Like
Communication,
network,
navigation, weather, defense, internet, and Earth observation.
Yeah, Earth observation. And
Jimmy, you know how to do it. You increase the
Oh,
f
that's
stop.
what.
Increase the f stop.
No, it's because this.
Lower the
thing
ISO.
is this.
Jimmy's like, the answer is this thing.
I mean,
Okay.
what is?
All right. What is the difference between revenue and profit? Do you know the difference between revenue and profit?
revenue is the amount. Revenue is the amount of money you make,
Mhm.
but a profit is the amount of money you gain from it.
Yeah, exactly.
When you
Like after the cost.
yeah, exactly, yeah. When you take out the cost, yeah.
All right. And then what is a market cap? This is for chat because we didn't cover it here. What is a market cap?
Chat, let me know
A
because
market cap. Let's see
No.
if chat knows. Market cap.
I'm also a little bit lost here.
A market cap. It's the share price times the total number of shares.
Oh,
So it's the market capitalization. I kind of like the valuation. Very similar
okay, yeah.
in that regard. All right.
Your friends.
Can you close the window for us? Why do companies raise money? Why do companies raise money?
For them to invest in the thing that they are building or the service they are providing.
Yeah, to fund growth, research, infrastructure, operations, and expansion. And then SpaceX, is it more like a railroad company, an airline, a telecom company, or a defense contractor? All of them.
Yeah.
That's right, all of them. It really is like all of them. All right. And then what would make SpaceX worth 1.8 trillion?
Or if they could, actually prove or have the results that they expect to have. I will say that if they can like fulfill the investors' promise, because they obviously are interested in the money, but they also want for the company to have success, right? And by that,
Right.
It means that the company will have to accomplish a big goal. In this case, because it's about like space exploration and like research, infrastructure, space infrastructure. So that will also mean that that would be a huge like step.
People
towards-
don't really use. Yeah, Rob is asking if let's see. It says, speaking of satellites, does Mexico have Sirius XM? I think Sirius XM is more enjoyed over the radio, or not over the radio. I should say over the internet, because Sirius was a satellite radio. Because Sirius and XM, there were two competitors,
Okay.
but they merged. I'm old enough to remember back when they were like major competitors. But they merged into one company. But you sometimes see their overlay, like their logo on the podcast, because essentially it's like over the OTT, over the top. See, some people don't even know what that is because it used to be so relevant. But back before Jimmy was born, actually before you were born, Mario, they were like the big, like they were huge. They merged. Yeah, they merged during I I think y'all's lifetimes, during all of our lifetimes. And then we're going to end with this question to debate: Is Mars a backup plan, or is it a billionaire fantasy? Is Mars a backup plan, like for if things go sour on Earth?
I do.
Or is it like a billionaire fantasy?
I do think if possible, it will ultimately be a backup.
Yeah.
Even if only a small portion of humanity can get there, I mean, they will still populate it, right? So it would still be the continuation of humanity. If things go wrong on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say ultimately a backup plan if possible.
Yeah, I think it's also like, going back to the original debate. It's like, should humans colonize Mars before fixing Earth? Well, I don't think there's ever like one way to fix Earth, right? Like there's not like one thing that's like, this is what fixing looks like. All right, if you guys would like to support the channel, there are ways to support in the crawl at the very bottom of the screen.
Yes,
The crawl.
The crawl, they call it like the crawl, the thing that goes across the screen.
Oh.
You might call that the crawl. There's a storm coming, so we may do a little storm video later. All right, if you guys have any questions closing,
let us know, guys.
let us know.
What are your thoughts on this discussion?
The barber's not answering.
No surprise there. No surprise there. If you
We're
guys
probably
wanna
just gonna go
we
to
can
the
do a
barber
Q-
shop.
We could do a Q&A right up from Mario's head. The Q&A landed right on your head.
Oh. yeah.
Like he's like looking above his head.
No.
There's like a Q&A that landed right on his head.
On the screen.
On the screen.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So we're, I mean, you guys don't need for the humor. It's good.
Yeah, it's good for you. Good for the soul. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to close it out. And we have to teach Jimmy how to do a whole live with this type of stuff. Now, I was going to highlight and play all these clips on the way out, but I don't think you can play more than one clip at a time.
I like turtles.
Or like looping them one after the other.
My name is Jay.
I think you can. It requires you to like keep clicking on them. Yeah.
Kiss of Life, that was funny, right?
That was cute.
I was a bit lost.
He was like looking up. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Like I'm on screen. All right, you guys don't forget to like the video, subscribe,
guys,
and have a wonderful.
Suscríbete.
That's right, suscríbete.
Yeah.
That's how you say it. Suscríbete. Jimmy got it right. All right, guys.
Like the video, guys, and let us know what your Rob said. I think it's a fantasy. Well, yeah.
We're coming back on Jimmy's channel.
Let us know your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It's an open discussion, right? So
yeah, we're coming back on Jimmy's channel, so we're just getting this channel going. So,
have a great day.
Does Jimmy have a stuffed turtle? We don't have David. We don't have a turtle. We have got all these little stuffed animals, but we don't have a turtle. That's one that we don't have. So if you want to contribute, we can get a turtle because Jimmy likes turtles. He likes turtles.
I like turtle.
I like turtles.
I actually like food because the food's here, so I'm gonna go eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you on Jimmy Explores later today.
Thank you, guys.
It says, Brent, I recently read that our bodies are made for Earth. That's right, Rob. That's right. Our bodies are made for Earth.
Yeah, because of gravity.
That's right, because of gravity. That's right, Rob. You have it right. It's because of gravity. So our bodies are equipped to be on Earth. So being on any other planet, it's not.
No good.
So Rob, you're absolutely right.
Right. You're right, Rob. Yeah.
If anybody else has some, say what is turtle in Spanish? It's tortuga. It's tortuga.
Yeah.
Did you really know that?
Tortuga.
Tortuga.
Tortuga. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because.
I'm I'm hungry.
There may be too many potential health issues if we were on another planet.
That's right, Rob. Very good point, Rob. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Rob.
it.
Yeah.
Did you know you're the only person to support the channel so far today? So we appreciate you.
Thank you, Rob.
So thank you so much, Rob. But we're going to go on Jimmy Explores next. So we're going to eat, take a break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to come back with a different topic. So if you go back to the beginning, we covered all the way from the IPO to the future of being on Mars.
Yeah, if you missed a part of the live stream, go watch it again because it's a really interesting discussion that's being opened just today. So
yeah, and this is really all about, humanity's future. So this is no small topic.
Yeah, I mean,
it's no small topic. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's like
the big deal.
Yeah, it's like the questions that we should be asking ourselves now as a human. So
it's not just the question of the day; it's the question of
the night.
of everything. It's the question. It's the
this is about to explode.
But yeah, guys.
See,
you can always watch or rewatch the live stream. So
right.
And leave comments there too. That helps us.
Why does the critter have?
Are you judging his decisions?
Am I judging his decisions?
Did you put the wig on the critter? That definitely looks like a scene. Come on, that deserves a super chat right there. That's cute.
It's figured.
That definitely looks like the little gremlin that went drag in the first Gremlins movie.
This. Oh my God, the wind is so crazy.
The wind is really picking up, guys.
I eat a lot of food so I can weigh this building down.
The wind is, I can feel it. I can feel the wind is going wild.
Oh, it's not exploding.
All right, guys, thank you for being here. Leave a comment if you'd like to. It looks like a scene right out from the movie. It really does, Gizmo.
Thank you, Gizmo. Thank you, Gizmo. And thank you, Rob, for being here. David Young, Andre. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you later. We're going to go eat something.
Thank you so much, guys. Everyone, for your support.
Yes, thank you. All right, Jimmy, say goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Jimmy, go and sit down and say goodbye.
Buddy.
Bye, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you, especially Rob. We appreciate you so much, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
All right. Y'all can turn everything off.
This has bird poop on it.
As I move the
you guys get to see the winding down process.
As I move the lamb, the raccoon,
it can't help but fall over.
Yeah.
The raccoon is like...
He's just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
No, but we will have him sit like
yeah, if we can
properly.
Okay. You might just squish him in between the lamp and the globe. This is what it looks like when we wind down, guys. All right, Jimmy, help clean up the podcast area. And then you have to get back into your cage. Don't make me get the hose. I will spray you down. Yeah, you can turn mine off.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you.
You can always support through the channels that you have at the bottom of the screen, guys.
you.